Hello everyone, how are we doing? Welcome to a PP Cope stream. I decided to be blue today in honor of Bed Bath & Beyond's death. I have shrouded myself in the color of its blood, which is blue. So, how's it going everyone? I hope you're having a good one. If you missed yesterday, boy oh boy, guess what happened? The Bed Bath & Beyond stock got canceled. Who could have seen that coming? It's not like they've been warned for months and months and months. From people like me and Dan Olson and the rest of the people on the GME Meltdown sub and the literal legal documents that they've been reading verbatim on screen during all of this. You know, it is what it is. I see we're on a hype train, 62% to level 1. Let me see what I missed while we were in the intro. Nondescript PHC, thanks for 22 months, says Happy Moem Day. Moem stands for Mother of All Meltdowns. If anyone doesn't know, it's a parody of the idea of the Moass, which is something in the meme stock communities. Fenekgami says, with 21 months. 21 months? Seriously, how time flies. Please feed me their copium, it fuels me. Oh, you're gonna get your fill today. Also, Dan Olson's Folding Ideas' video. How did you not notice the eyeshadow? I put it on after I came up, actually. So you didn't notice because I didn't have it on. Anyway, yeah, Folding Ideas' new documentary should be out later, which is nice. I'm looking forward to that. Altered Undying says, Hannah, I'm going to be running a werewolf game in 90s Russia. It's going to be brutal, doing so much research. That sounds fun. Hope you have a good time with that. Fenekgami says, hype train for Cope train. Jamie with 100 bits says, hype for Cope. It is the last day of September, so if you want to do gift subs at a discount, I think today is the last day you can do it. Thought you were losing it? Yeah. No. I came upstairs and I was like, oh, I didn't put eyeshadow on, and I was like, I should do blue. I'm already doing blue, and we got the bed bath thing here. If only I had a thing so I could put the poster for ClickUp. I do have that click poster. Oh. 62% to level 1. So let's see, while we're doing this hype train, let's go through some of the daily Cope thread. And by that I mean there's a daily thread on the PP show, and we can take a look at the newest comments, see the Cope, see the denial. Surprise, most of it's denial. And just have a good laugh. Or existential crisis, whichever comes first. Someone says, so are shares going to show up as Butterfly or whatever Monday? The place, there's a Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBYQ, sold their name to Overstock, so they legally can't be called Bed Bath & Beyond anymore. So instead they changed their name to some random series of numbers. It's like DK-Butterfly723, blah, 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 blah. It seems like it was basically gotten from a random generator. Like, it seems like if you've ever gotten, like, a router or a Wi-Fi thing, and it comes with, like, a generic password on the back that's printed, and it's, like, you know, random number series, random word, and then maybe, like, a letter or something. It's like that. It seems random, but they've decided to read into this, because of course they have. Minute left on the hype train on the last day of September. Don't let it die. Fenekgami says, it's incredible that blue is the theme. Currently watching live blue of OSP's presentation on historical storytelling. Dr. Gamble with a link. It's all there in black and white. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed. You get nothing. Good day, sir.
All there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Love you, Gene. Nemesaur, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much. And First Name Bunch of Numbers, thanks for gifting a sub. Much appreciated. Let's go back to the daily thread and see how they're doing. Oh my god, they're like infighting at this point. Oh god. What the fuck? This person says, anyone else thinks it's too early to celebrate? They've been celebrating, by the way. Their cope has been just to pretend that the opposite has happened of what has actually happened. It's kind of weird. This person says, I'll celebrate when I sell my first portion of shares. And someone says, if by celebrate you mean a bump of coke off a nice set of, quote, hooker tits, then yes, celebrate, end quote. There's a weird strain of, like, dude bro misogynistic attitude in this community. The community is mostly men. There are women, but it's majority men in this community. And there's a general atmosphere of, like, a frat party. You know what I mean? It's a lot of casual misogyny and talking about women disrespectfully, making jokes about, like, oh, as soon as I get rich, I'm gonna get a new wife. Ha ha ha. Gross, gross stuff. Using terms like hooker to refer to sex workers and treating them like they are objects. Yikerinos. Altered Undying says, hype, don't let the train die like Bed Bath & Beyond. 77% to level 3. We told you. True. Poor shills. Cancelled but not surrendered. That doesn't mean anything. They've been saying that too. The shares have been cancelled, but they haven't been blank. They'll say some other word as if it means anything. It's very strange. Sucks, but I'm still here and bullish AF. Why? Why are you bullish? What are you bullish about? You've lost. Someone says, I'm very tired of all this shit. I managed to earn more than 130% and I held on because I believed in this work. It was not greed. I saw it as the way to recover money from other bad investments and get out of this world of pure corruption. Oh, look, someone who probably has a gambling addiction. I'm not making fun of that. That person needs help, like a lot of people in this community. It's really sad. This is why I hate PP so much. His community is just a magnet for gambling addicts. It sucks. I never had a hunch like that with any stock, but I was wrong. Wow, it's almost like you should stop doing the stock market. Sounds like you're really bad at it. Reno Redhead says, calling it, they're going to be buying fake BBYQ stock on a scam stock website. Quote, guys, we can still buy it. Totally real Nasdaq.com. Zealous55 with 28 months says, hey, Hannah, what was the song playing at the beginning of your stream yesterday? Also, happy subiversary. It was a Kevin MacLeod song, which it's playing right now, actually. So here's a link. It's copyright free. You're welcome. Twitch Chat Junior, thanks for 15 months. First name bunch of numbers with 100 bits says the shares weren't surrendered. Does sound suspiciously like, remember, Trump didn't concede. The election isn't over yet. Very similar. Very, very similar strategy of denial. It's interesting. This has to do, again, I've talked about this recently, and I tried to look this up. I couldn't find any term, but it still may exist. It might just exist, you know, not in an easily Googleable format. It might in, like, sociology or psychology or something. In psychology, there might be a term in academic psychology, like in psychology, that I don't know. But I cannot find one that fits this conspiratorial obsession with semantics. I don't know why. I see it all the time. It's such a constant in these cult-like communities, cults, conspiracy theories. It's this obsession with semantics. This idea that you can semantics your way into changing reality. It's very strange. Someone else must have noticed this. Can't believe there's not a word for it. There's gotta be. I'll find it. This person says, dude, it's not over yet. This person says, when you look at all that, all of the words in your oh, no, that's a bot. Sorry. There'll be Trump 1 people in 2123. I hope not. I'll be dead by then, I guess. It's not my problem. Unless we Star Trek or something. Or I become like a robot. Or I get freakazoided. Or max headroomed. Any of the things, really. But I'll probably be dead by then. The uninformed spouting nonsense that it can't or wouldn't happen because everything is above board despite them not actually looking into the core market mechanics, price improvement rather. We give you lower and lower on buys and liquidity. We short shares, we don't. Again, it's just delusional conspiracy theorying. Jeez. Jeesh. This person, genius, says fellas are dingleberries fruit. Person says, being completely honest, my understanding, by canceling current shares and reissuing shares of DK Butterfly, wouldn't this mean shorts are off the hook? Shorts are already off the hook. Shorts are done. The stock is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. No one who had any contract involving these stocks is on the hook. Because they're canceled. It's over. You're not getting new shares. You have no equity in anything. 11% to level 4 with a minute and a half left. Let's get into it. Let's watch the PP show. Why not? Let's just jump into it. Because you're not going to believe the level of delusion. I was talking with Baha about this last night. It's maddening listening to these people talk for any length of time on the PP show because they are so confident. They are so confident that no matter how wrong you know they are, your brain second guesses yourself. Your brain goes, well, but they're talking about it for hours every day. Like, is there something I'm not seeing? I check this all the time. I am constantly checking, am I just wrong about this? Because these people are obsessed, you know? I'm not gonna lie, they probably spend more time on it than me, but it feels like every conclusion they come to is wrong. Because it is. I've checked. But, their confidence isn't just confounding? I don't know how to explain it. It's mind-boggling. 30 seconds left on the hype, 11% to level 4. I am a Gorn. This is true. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. That's the Spock-Kirk fight noise. Did they use the same music when he fought the Gorn? What's the Gorn fight music? Anyway, PP.
Fellas, how the fuck are we doing tonight? How you guys fucking doing? Feels great to be back in the PP dungeon, man. How the fuck you doing tonight?
Notice that he's no longer with Pulte. Pulte, who canceled the trip to SpaceX very suddenly. And now he's back home after going somewhere else. I think it was Austin or something.
1,000 people tuning in, man. A lot of people are excited, man. Right on. How you guys doing, man? Again, I've missed you guys. I wish I would have been back on the stream soon.
By the way, everyone, I should say something too. I've told you guys recently. Hydrate. Recently, I told you guys how I've been trying to get 3 months of a certain number of points on Twitch because Twitch is starting a new thing called the Partner Plus program starting tomorrow, in which it'll be a 70-30 split. And I told you guys, last month I was a little behind, so I asked you guys for some help. This month for my points, I was good 2 days ago. So I just want to personally thank all of you for being such a wonderful audience, for continuing to renew your subscriptions. And because of that, because of you guys being, loyal viewers and loyal subscribers, I'm getting basically a 40% raise next month, which I'm sure so many of you are aware. Times are rough financially. Everything's more expensive. So you have no idea how, imagine if you got a 40% raise. Think about that. That's kind of a big deal. And you guys did that for me. And I just want to say thank you so much to all of you. So next month we're going to be doing the, I know, even though I had to take off time for COVID too, you guys are just fucking rock. You guys are amazing. And next month, to celebrate, we were planning on doing a subathon this month before I caught COVID and was not able to work for most of the month. So next month, in celebration of being healthy, the Twitch Plus partner thing that I'm now able to be in, we're going to do the subathon in October. We're going to do a spooky subathon. It's going to be tons of fun. I'll get some specific plans for you guys soon and tell you the exact start date, but it's going to be a really good time. I'll get some costumes or something. I definitely have a Halloween costume I'm going to get. We'll get some fun rewards, and it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time hanging out. And I think I said the way we're going to do it is 8 hours a day, every day, until the clock runs out. That way I don't burn myself out and beg to make it end, after a week or however long. It'll be, long days, but they will be manageable for me. I'll be able to get up, shower in the morning or whatever, or if I decide to shower at night, because I do sweat sitting here, so I shower after stream a lot of the time. It'll give me time to, you know, get up in the morning, have some breakfast, then get on, work, be able to actually sit down and then sleep at night, you know? And I know, people have 8-hour work days all the time, but, like, streaming for 8 hours is, you gotta be on the whole time, or at least try to be. Anyway, sorry, I'm going on and on about myself now. Back to the pee-pee thing. Here's the cope. We're back.
Sooner, but, you know, better.
Oh, Lady Ann, your Prime sub is more than enough. I appreciate anyone who just watches the show. Most people who watch this show based on the number of viewers, and, like, subscriptions and followers I have, the vast majority of people never comment, never sub, you know, they just follow, and that's amazing. I want to say, as much as I mention, you know, in-name people in chat all the time, Halloween Town, you know, who's always here, Lady Ann, Phoenix, Marusama, and everyone else. I'm going to miss so many people because there's just so many people who are here all the time. I want to say also to people who have never said a word in chat or left a comment, I appreciate you too. If you have only ever listened in the background or whatever, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for choosing, you know, to listen to me for entertainment. I appreciate you.
Late than never, man. So
Lurkers unite.
welcome to the show tonight, fellas. It's great to see everyone tonight. I had a great time with everybody, man, filming at Bill's office, man, this last week. And
by the way, this stream was after the shares were canceled. The docket was already out at this point that, hey, the shares are canceled.
incredible fucking time.
Would you be shocked to hear that PP once again got thousands of dollars in donations from this stream? From people who think they're about to be rich? Talked about this last time. I'm very concerned that there are people in PP's audience who can't afford anything, but they think they're about to be rich because PP and other people have implied to them that, you know, they're going to be rich soon. So I'm very afraid that his audience have been putting super chats on credit cards, which disgusts me viscerally. I understand that as a streamer, it requires people to donate to you to make it a job. The difference is, I think I'm honest about what I do and I try my best to give accurate information, whereas PP is a grifter making money off giving people false hope to continue throwing money in a fire pit. So that makes me feel pretty gross. I don't think anyone should be buying anything in terms of, like, giving donations to a streamer on a credit card ever, much less $500. I don't know. It just scares me. It concerns me a lot. I know his audience is full of people who are, again, prone to things like gambling addiction, and it makes me so sad that someone would take advantage of their audience like this. It pisses me off, quite frankly. The fact that someone would take for granted the fact that there are people who listen to them regularly, who will listen to them for entertainment or advice, or just because they like their content, and then you would actively harm those people, that you don't care about them the smallest bit. I don't get mad at a lot of things. You know, I get upset, distressed, anxious, afraid. This makes me mad. PP is a bad person. Whether he's doing this purposefully as a scam, or if he's just this stupid that he actively harms everyone around him, either way, he is one of the worst people I've ever covered on this stream. I know that sounds weird, because we've had Andrew Tate on this stream. He's not as bad as Andrew Tate, but he's pretty fucking bad. Overthought says, where are the shills at now? Oh, they're here. Hello all. Hi. How you doing? Double Summoner Marie says, on a lighter note, did you know in October the mitochondria becomes the fritochondria and is the haunted house of the cell? Ooh, spooky. I've not actually heard that one before. Let's keep. Did this charge? Did it charge? Eep. Sorry, I was charging my vape. Almost. I'm not a professional like PP. I vape on stream like a cool guy.
Hi, man. You know, seeing everybody in person, the energies in these fucking houses this house we were staying at, fellas, was like through the fucking roof.
Speaking of which, I got a new strain today for my vape because I was out. It's called Bang Bang Cheetah Piss. I'm not joking. The name of the strain is Bang Bang X Cheetah Piss. Could weed people chill the fuck out, please?
Man, I mean, it's one thing, you know, to have people on the show and you feel the energy. It's a whole nother ball.
The other option I was gonna go with was Alaskan Thunderfuck, but I went with the Cheetah Piss.
Ballpark, man, when they're in person, and man, it was a great fucking time. Love seeing everybody. It was a fantastic time. So there's a lot of stuff to get into tonight. There is some tinfoil stuff that we do need to touch up on as well. Man, you know, that was such a great show, man, with Bill. You know,
I'm sure for you it was great. You got like $20,000 in super chats from people who were about to get fucked.
Biggest sign, man, that I feel like we've won is that I was eating goddamn ice cream with them out of the fucking tub, man. You know, I mean, what more do you need to...
If you missed the stream, let me give you a little overview of the Polte stream. It was incredibly fucking embarrassing. They were eating ice cream. To me, in my opinion, it seemed like Polte was maybe in a strange mood. Perhaps he had a little too much ice cream, which he kept getting up and using the bathroom and getting ice cream. And there was ice cream, which they did eat. But also maybe some other things that go in your body, maybe in some of your holes in your face. But like, maybe not your mouth. Maybe of the nose variety. Again, this is speculation. This is not any legal claim.
The people watching at home.
Oh, and there was someone in a bear suit. There was a bear suit. Where's the bear suit? There's the fucking bear.
It's unpredictable, man, with what can happen. So, all right. So we're waiting for our next guest here. Why don't we go ahead and bring Michael on as well? So, Chad, please give.
And so
they're eating ice cream.
You see a teddy bear around here?
No.
There you go. All right, you're here. You heard it from Bill. All right, Bill. We got some. We'll go ahead and bring it to Michael real quick in just a moment. Real quick, I am going to read off these $500.
They're very serious stock analysts, people. Listen to them.
Know that at this point,
that was Kais in the bear suit, I believe.
It. You know, we've now become beautiful fucking butterflies, man. You know, like what the fuck?
Again, he's saying that because of the renaming of the corporation that used to be Bed Bath & Beyond, changing the name to, gosh, I gotta look. It's like DK Butterfly something. It looks like it was generated randomly, just as a filing thing, more or less.
Absolutely insane, man. What a fucking experience. And again, the tinfoil was through the fucking roof, fellas, you know? So, again, I hope you guys enjoyed the show with Bill. And again, we had some issues, you know, with the internet and stuff too. So, you know, I know the video wasn't coming out the best at the time, but
the numbers at the beginning or the date. Oh my gosh, that would make so much sense. Duh. Oh my god. Let me find the DK thing. Oh, that's from GME Meltdown. That won't do it. It'll probably be on the PP show somewhere. I swear, sorry. We'll get... I know I've been pausing a lot and getting off track. We'll get to the actual PP thing. I'm just want to know the name of it. There it is. 2023-9/30, which is the date that it changed the name and the date the shares were canceled. The date that the plan went into motion, the numbers are the date DK Butterfly 1 Incorporated. If anyone knows this, if there's any significance to any of the other things, since the first is the date, which I don't know how I didn't pick up on that. But I don't know about the other things. DK Butterfly 1 Incorporated.
Nonetheless, it still happened and it was fucking epic, man. So we got a pretty big...
I know that the DK Butterfly 1, some of their other, like, subsidiaries are DK Butterfly 2, 3, 4, so I know that that last number is to denote which of the former Bed Bath & Beyond holdings they are, but in terms of the DK Butterfly, I don't know.
Lineup this evening, fellas. I've called the top fucking DD writers, man, to join us tonight. So, again, let's start with some of these tips here and memberships, and then we'll jump right into the show, fellas. But it's great to see everyone tonight.
Sing the DK rap. Someone should write a DK rap parody about the PP show. PP show. He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to take your money. We'll have to workshop it. It'll actually have to rhyme, but you get it.
Chillin' ZX with the 5 PP show
PP show.
memberships, man. Right on. Appreciate your support, man.
This peep has a funny face.
Crayon Green also left a 5 PP show membership. Appreciate both your guys' support, man. And again, if you got a membership from these guys, be sure to give a thanks in the chat. We're approaching 1,200 fucking people in here already. The show hasn't even started yet, fellas. All right, we also got DJ with the 20. I love butterfly.
They do call themselves apes, yes.
Hey, all right, right on, man. Appreciate the tip there. We also got a $100 from fucking OG Trill Ape. Holy shit. Appreciate the love, Trill Ape. Appreciate your support, man. Grady Lane with the 5 PP show.
DK signifies the court and butterfly is from a list of nouns that's used kind of like hurricane name lists. That would make sense.
Memberships, right on, Grady Lane. Appreciate your...
Do you know what the DK, like, district... Can't be court because it's a K. DK... Let me see. DK court... District... No, again, court. Court starts with a C, not a goddamn K. My brain.
Support.
Sorry, I got Ed Boon on the brain. Peeplord says, did someone rap something about peeps? Yes.
If you got a membership from Grady, the least you can do is give a thanks in the chat, fellas. We also got Sun Devil Rogue with the 200. Holy shit, Sun Devil's jacked tonight. Happy cancellation day, unwavering conviction. Excuse me. With a bunch of butterflies. Right on, man. Appreciate the support there, Sun Devil. We got Mike Hands with the 100. I am beyond excited. I'm with my girlfriend watching with my whiskey and Ted cigar. Excellent. We're about to fire up the cigar here in a moment. That sounds great.
I wonder how that guy's girlfriend feels about all this.
We got Maffles with the 69. Looks like ice cream and a butterfly. Right on, Maffles. Appreciate your support. We also got a 5 here from the 6 tome, The Man, the Myth, the Legend, the Young.
Do they even have stock now? No. It's been canceled. They have nothing.
The Hung, right on.
They're just pretending, basically. Or at the very least, they're delusional and genuinely don't understand.
Right on.
Denial. Denial.
Thunder's Creeper with the 5. Where's Plur? All right, we'll get Plur in here. He does have
Oh my god, get the other people in. Jesus Christ. Sorry, this gets better once he brings other people in.
That's what I plan to do. So I just, I don't... All right, let's go ahead and start the show, man. Before we start the show, we got to have a fucking cigar, fellas, you know? Look,
usually cigars are for celebrations, not when you lose your entire investment.
Fucking what? It's cancellation day, man. You know, I'm thinking we're getting fucking new equity. And again, it's my own opinion. And again, it's my right to believe whatever the fuck I want, man. So for those of you out there who have your...
How do these people get partners, yet you can't get a massage back on... a message back on Twitter? Or Tinder, rather. The bar for straight dudes is very low. No offense. No offense. I'm just saying, unfortunately, the straights are not okay.
Fucking whiskey. You have your cigars. Spark them up, fellas. Tonight's a night to fucking remember, man. So right on.
I'm gonna move on. I don't want to show him smoking tobacco. I don't even know the Twitch thing on that, but I'm certainly not gonna show it. Let's get to when he brings in ABC. Sid the Squid Ma, thanks for 6 months, says, love this community so much. Oh, thank you. We love you.
Show. Brother.
Do I think PP is in denial or just keeping the grift going a little longer? Here's the thing. I almost feel like on some level it's both. I feel like there's probably cognitive dissonance going on. I forget who said it. Might have been Mark Twain. He said a lot of words. It's already difficult to convince someone that they're wrong. It's nearly impossible to convince someone they're wrong when being wrong is their livelihood. If that wrong belief is making them money, it's virtually impossible to convince someone they're wrong. Our brains are just not wired for it. If this, what we believe is the truth, is helping us, even if someone comes to us with very good evidence, people are going to be disinclined from believing just because, unfortunately, we have a tendency to think of things like, oh, what are the consequences of this if this is true, and then draw conclusions from that, instead of saying, is this true objectively? It's more a, which version of reality is more beneficial to me? And I'm not even saying he's doing this consciously, people just do this, you know? Fennikagami says, cigars are such a cringe attempt to be masculine. Like, I don't even care. Like, if people like cigars, that's fine. But yeah, the Andrew Tate, like, this version of, like, smoking them is so weird to me. It's fine to enjoy things. It's... I don't know. It's weird to me where it gets to be fronting. It doesn't feel like you're doing it because you actually enjoy it. It feels like you're doing it to signal something to other people within your group. Like, if you're just someone who genuinely is like, oh, I just like cigars. I like smoking cigars, and you're into them and the different, like, flavors and different kinds and different manufacturers and different regions where they make them and the differences. Awesome. But, like, you know, people are like, I have a fucking, like, Andrew Tate, I have a cigar lounge where me and the boys drink whiskey and cigar. I don't know. If you like it, great. I'm gonna go Barbie on this one. You're Knuff. Don't do something because you think it fits a certain identity you should be. Do things because you enjoy them.
ABC, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm awesome. How are you, my man?
Great, great. If you haven't noticed, man, I think we've won, man. You know, at this point, again, you know,
The original quote is Upton Sinclair.
a lot of people.
Upton Sinclair. Did he do The Jungle? He wrote The Jungle, right?
A lot of shows been pushing, oh, you're gonna lose all your money, this and that. Well, why don't we fuck around and find out, man? So what do you think at ABC?
Well, we fucked around and we're about to find out, my man.
That's my favorite clip. By the way, I downloaded this stream in case PP decides to, like, trash this. I'm probably going to try and catalog some of his other streams, too, for posterity, in case in the coming week he wipes this or whatever. I always think that's a good thing to do. H. Baird says, I wish I had done that with Peter. Peter deleted... almost all of Peter's old videos are gone, excepting, you know, my coverage of them. Like, you can't find the raw videos anymore, and it's very sad. Breaks my heart. But I'm not going to make the same mistake again. H. Baird says, sometimes there's a progression. According to Mary Trump, Donald is able to gaslight himself into believing what he's saying. So we'll start with a lie, but we'll come to believe that lie so we can say it with total conviction. A lot of people don't know how to learn things, so they believe people who have a lot of confidence. And just to be clear, Mary Trump is not only related to Trump, she is also a psychologist or psychiatrist or something. So she is qualified to speak on this. She wrote a book, I think. I haven't read it, but I intend to at some point. Seems like an interesting perspective, considering she's known him her whole life, and she's got a degree in psychology or something related. Meek says, speaking of Tate, he's become absolutely irrelevant as of late. I never hear from him anymore. Good. Unfortunately, I've heard that he still has quite an influence on young boys in middle school and high school. Like, they still listen to him, and his stuff still circulates on the internet in some of their circles. Even if he's not making new content, it goes around. So that is a problem. That's a huge problem still. Take it seriously. He's ruining these people's lives. Not only the lives of these young men, but everyone they're going to come in contact with for the rest of their lives, especially women around them, non-binary people around them, anyone who isn't Andrew Tate friendly, which is the vast majority of people, because he's a selfish asshole criminal. Yeah, Fresh and Fit are doing a lot of that now too. I think they got demonetized on YouTube, which is good. But still, we're so reactive. We're so goddamn reactive.
So what do you think at ABC?
Well, we fucked around and we're about to find out, my man.
Agreed.
All right on.
9 long fucking months, and we're finally fucking here.
Yes.
We got over almost.
We're finally here. We finally lost everything in this play. Woo!
1,600 people in here tonight. I can't
Wow.
wait for the show. There's a lot of good guys backstage. I'm just pumped, my man. And you know what? It was great to
I'll
meet.
say this. I've done a lot of embarrassing things on the internet. I am glad I have never been this embarrassing on the internet for this length of time. At least I'd hope.
You in person in Florida. That was a wicked time, my man, and I'm just so stoked.
Right on. Awesome, man. Right on. Yeah, it was great seeing you too and everybody else. I mean, again, it was totally cool seeing everybody in person. And, it was great, because what we tend to do on the show is we get together and we talk and stuff like that. But there, it's like, we'd do something and then start discussing it amongst each other. So it was very cool in person to be able to do that, man. So right on. It's great to see you tonight. Yeah, 1,600 people. Holy cow. So let's jump straight into the show, man. Let's get everybody else in here. Real quick, I did miss the 2 tips that I whoever tipped $2 just now. I did miss them. I will read them in just a moment once we get the show started, and I can pull them up. It was a little too fast and I lost them there, so I'll read them.
Reno Redhead says they've invented this term called, quote, hoflation, end quote. Basically, they think it's 5 times harder to find a wife than it was for their grandparents. They even say some shit that makes it sound like they want to F their grandmas. Ew. I did hear about the shutdown being averted, which is great. That is excellent. I can't believe we keep having to deal with this stupid bullshit. You voted for the budget. Pay for it. Stop using this as a fucking political tool. Anyway, the funny thing is, there's probably an ounce of truth to that, but their framing is completely dishonest. I would imagine it was easier to find a wife or whatever back in, like, the 50s. You know why? Because women literally depended on men in order to live. They couldn't not. They didn't have options. Society was enforcing these roles. Society, through the law, was literally making women second-class citizens, you know? So yeah, standards were probably lower because women would be like, oh no, what do? It's either I live with my parents, because I'm not allowed to have a bank account or own a home myself, or I have to go find some random guy, anyone who will, hopefully take care of me and not beat me too much, not get too drunk, whatever, And again, I'm not saying there weren't any happy couples in the 50s. I'm sure, like most, times in history, I think most people probably felt okay, When I'm talking not most people, I guess. I should say the in-group. I'm saying, like, random white suburbanites. They're probably miserable. But, I don't think everyone was getting beat every day. But it was all terrible for everyone still. I don't know where I'm going with this. The 50s were awful for women. And people like Fresh and Fit being like, hey, their standards should be lower. No, people got abused. The entire system was abusive to women and non-white people. And non-straight people. Like, it's not cool. And it's so frustrating, people not understanding that. Like, how are these young men looking at what's going on and not realizing what they are doing to themselves? I get that, like, when we're talking about middle school and high school guys, they're dumb. Everyone in high school and middle school is dumb. They're kids. Kids are dumb, right? But how can they not understand, and it's so frustrating that apparently we're still doing a bad job with the youth and young men explaining this to them. I don't know why. If you behave in ways that other people, in this case women, find repugnant, women aren't going to like you. Like, and it shouldn't matter. You should fundamentally teach them, like, at the end of the day, you should be a good person to be a good person. But even cynically, because teenagers are little sociopaths, how are they not understanding, hey, women, people who are your peers, teen girls, are also human beings just like you. Listen, treat them like human beings. Stop being a fucking piece of shit. Jesus. I literally saw something that we're probably going to cover on Chud Watch in the future. and it was a red pill divorced dad guy, and the video was literally titled "Stop Asking Men to Change," and the whole video was him just excusing abusive behavior and saying, like, whatever, it's just how guys are. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. These are choices you're making. I understand you might exist in a certain context, or maybe were born in an earlier context where abusive and toxic behaviors were considered normalized. That doesn't make them okay. That doesn't make them healthy. That doesn't make them the default. If we learn better, you need to be better. You need to be a decent person. Fenekigami says they're also ignoring the fact that up to like 30 years ago, it was still largely a trope of your parents hooking you up. Hell, Peter Parker and MJ's first date was set up by their aunts. True. Although it did have that famous panel. Face it, Tiger, you hit the jackpot. Reno Redhead says, I've tried to explain it to them, but I don't have muscles and money, so they don't listen. They don't listen.
All in just a moment. Spencer Wilson with the 10. Moon Soon ready to fuck with unwavering erection. Egg Loser Boy was a part of History Boys. Right on, man. Appreciate that, Egg Loser. We also got a 20 from Joe Biden Sniffs Children with the 20.
Would you be shocked to know that their demographic is full of a lot of MAGA chuds?
Can feel my
surprise.
A pee-pee transforming into a butterfly. Right on, man. Love to fucking hear that. All right, let's jump straight fucking into it, fellas. We also got a tip here from Beat Boy with the 2. Rest in peace, Phil. Let's get a couple F's in the chat for Phil there, man. Rest in peace. Control Chaos with the 10. Burger Bar celebration soon. LFG Moas Hodel. Cinque Cento. All right, right on, man. Appreciate that. Control. It was great seeing you too. Alex Roman with the butterflies. Right on, man. And we got a 741 here from
Jesus Christ. Get Michael in.
Michael, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited. I can't even contain it. I'm probably going to cry, to be honest.
How are these people deluding themselves? How? Honest Noir says they're also being raised to believe women were literally put here to serve and care for their every need, so it's normal to them to not see women as people. This is such a problem with so much older media. And it's so funny that this is some of the stuff that people like The Quartering and other chuds get mad at, is when you see nowadays, of course, especially children's media tries to make a more concerted effort to put the women characters in places of agency, or at the very least not being used as much as props. Not never using them as props, mind you, just less. Notice that these are the very things that people like Jeremy and those people get mad at, and Ben Shapiro, things that are, quote, woke. It's because, hopefully, younger men growing up on media that shows like, hey, let's not contextualize women as if they're, you know, bit players in every man's life. Maybe we should actually frame them as equal human beings like they are. Hopefully that leads to better attitudes in the future. I don't know. Fenekigami says, getting men to change is made harder by the fact that red pill shit is constantly endorsed by one whole political party in so many fucking churches. Oh yeah, it's bad.
You gonna cry on this again, Michael?
Probably.
Right on.
It keeps getting better, and I don't.
I'm concerned for Michael. I really am. Michael's the one out of all of these people that I don't know. There's something about him that I just feel empathy for. I don't know why. There's a deeper sincerity there. With PP, it feels cynical. ABC comes off like a fool. Michael comes off as naive, in almost an innocent way. I'm not saying he's a good guy necessarily. I mean innocent in the sense of he just doesn't know what he doesn't know. And he's not malicious, like I think some of these people are. But he just doesn't understand. It's sad.
Get it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that you know, that Bill show was like fucking crazy, man. You know, absolutely fucking incredible. And there's
It was incredible when he told people to give you $20,000.
so much.
I bet.
It was packed with so much tinfoil, man. It's like, all right, the moment he brought.
I've said this before too. I said it when we covered it the first time. PP gonna throw that money away immediately. It's not even like this is a situation where that $20,000 is going to him and it's gonna go and help his family. He's probably gonna take that money and immediately YOLO it into really stupid stock decisions. He obviously, at least he can't buy Bed Bath & Beyond anymore. Thank God. But he's definitely gonna put it into something else stupid. So that money's just gone. Sad to think about.
Brought out the fucking ice cream at an hour and 47 minutes in. I was like, this is a done fucking deal. Like this, like the first thing that hit me was Ryan Cohen ice cream. That's what hit me immediately. And then it was followed by the Teddy books, right? Where they talk about ice cream. But the thing with Ryan is that
a children's book brought up ice cream? I can't believe it. Kids famously aren't interested in ice cream. Hydrate.
Oh, what did he say in that Jimmy Didi interview after like a deal they had gone for like soft serve at McDonald's or whatever? I think this was a symbol to be like, look, like this is it, man. Like
Demo says, I wish I could throw that much money away. I'd get my teeth fixed. I would get a surgery that would make me much more comfortable with my body.
You've done the work.
It's so funny. $20,000 could change basically anyone's life. 99.999% of people in the world, $20,000 would change their fucking life. And PP's the one that gets it. And I'm not saying I deserve it. I don't. But he certainly doesn't. Someone in need deserves that money. You know? A family that needs to feed their kids or get a car fixed to go to work, they need that money. Not PP. Meek says, hey PP, I have this amazing new stock you can invest into. It's called Certificate of Deposit. You're guaranteed to make money. They literally make fun of people who invest reasonably. They make fun of people who invest in like CDs, ETFs, like, you know, anything that's like a longer term, reasonable investment. They mock those people. It's so funny.
We've all come together, done the work for over a year, and now we're being
done the work. And by done the work, he means vape on stream and shit post.
Rewarded for our work, you know. And again, I think
Fennikagami says a lot of the time it has to do with the feminist lens. I one time was able to help a guy understand the damsel in distress tripe being a problem by going, why is it only women? Why not your brother or your dog? Kids would understand. Hell, John Wick was about getting revenge for a dog. Look how well that worked. Sometimes framing critiques primarily as boring and repetitive rather than problematic helps it get past the brainwashing. Yeah. I've been trying to think about more pragmatic ways of discussing stuff like this with people who are more closed off. I think that's probably a good strategy.
Bill is the real fucking deal. So I was shocked to see people were like, you know, oh, you know, this and that about Bill. I mean, let me tell you this, man. Like with Bill telling people to like tip $500 to meet him and shit. Who the fuck is gonna want to meet Bill and I if the stock goes to fucking zero?
Maybe Bill's stupid or doesn't care. Have you considered those? Like, you really seem to have not considered in any way, shape, or form that he just doesn't care, hasn't thought about it. Like, why do you think Bill is in any way intelligent? You've not given a reason why you think he's smart. Remember when he came on and his business advice for GameStop was literally buy a profitable company? Not even a specific company or like, oh, they should get into this industry and it'll synergize well. Just literally he said, they should buy something profitable. No shit? Wow, imagine if a business was profitable. What if we subsidized our failing business by buying a successful business? What kind of fucking advice is that? It's just so funny.
You know, this guy is intelligent. This guy is very smart.
Why do you think he's smart? What about what happened makes you think he's smart?
Right? I spent over a week with Bill, man. He's highly intelligent, and yes, he's the...
I mean, relatively speaking, maybe, but in the grand scheme of things, widening the lens a bit from PP's worldview to everyone else, no!
Real fucking deal, fellas. So, again... I like to trust that Bill has a plan or is smart to make an assumption. You know, I spent a lot of time with him. We went out to lunch, things like that. And I told him, man, you know, how much this community means to me. And to be honest with you, man, there's quite literally, in my opinion, a 0% chance that he would have people donate like that, and later, you know, something obviously bad would occur, you know, with the stock. Again,
PP. He does not know how much $500 even is. He was born rich. He doesn't even necessarily understand that's a lot of money. He doesn't care about you. He cares about ways he can use you. I don't think he understands the situation the way you think he does, so he doesn't understand how big of a deal it is about this BBBY thing. He doesn't understand that when it becomes clearer to you guys, and I'm sure you'll still be in denial, but for most people, they'll recognize at some point, oh no, the stock got canceled, I have nothing, and there's been no word on getting any other kind of equity. So he must have been wrong, and Bill must have not known anything, and they will hate Bill. But that doesn't mean Bill knows that. Bill's just using you because he likes attention.
He knows how valuable the PPs in the community is, and honestly, man, he's the real deal. So again, I really do think that there's reason for everything, fellas. Excuse me, emotional damage with the...
There's a cause for everything. That doesn't mean there's a reason.
100. Appreciate the love, emotional.
Bill's trying to build a coup. That's the funny thing. For reference, you may have, when hearing Bill Pulte talk, have gotten the impression that he is involved or has ever really been involved in the Pulte group, his grandfather's business, the Pulte Home Group, and the charities and stuff. No. Not really. No, he's never really had a super significant position. He did have a position at one point, but he left, and by left I mean was maybe forced out of the company for who knows what, but if your own family pushes you out of the company, it's probably not anything great, huh? Just speculative. And yet, he acts as though he is the prince, the heir, destined to, like, be the CEO of the Pulte group, and I have no idea why. He's one of, like, 25 grandchildren. He has no special relationship with the grandfather compared to the other kids, who are actually working in the business still currently. I don't get it. It just feels like he's an egomaniac, even by rich guy standards. Psychotropic Thunder, thanks for 29 months with Prime.
Thanks for the Pulte show. That was the best PP show ever. Right on, man. I just wish that the camera work was a little bit better in the mics, but other than that, it was great, man. I'm glad we still got it done. Jesse with the 5. The only people I've seen cry eating ice cream is my wife and Michael. All right, right on. All right, so let's jump into the show. We got some other people backstage here. Looks like we do have Plur, Salvatore, Citizen, Lancer. We also have Famous, and we also have Sloppy back here too. So give me just a moment. We also have Travis there. So why don't we go ahead and welcome Stripper Travis, man. So chat, give a warm welcome to... What's wrong, man? You look like you've been jogging or running or something, man.
Man, I just went 10 rounds with like 20 shills from BBBY Remastered.
Oh, yeah? How did that turn out?
For the record, the BBBY Remastered subreddit is a subreddit where former holders of Bed Bath & Beyond who have realized they were wrong go to make fun of these guys.
And I was throwing haymaker after haymaker after haymaker, man. And after I knocked them all out, I showed
Simzoid, thanks for 28
took
months.
care of business.
Wow, this bit is going on too long. People do not have comedic timing. Hi, Lou. Oh, don't jump from there. Don't jump from there. Come over here. If you're gonna come up, come over here. Don't jump from there. That is not stable. No. Come on. I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up. Or I'll move the chair, and you can get up. Lupine, you can come back. Sorry, she was gonna jump from over here, and it is not... She would land on things that would not be stable for her. But I moved the chair, so if she comes back, she will, use this to get up.
You know, I'm the champ, so I ain't the champ no more. Yeah. And,
Rena Redhead says, I don't have a ton of experience in this matter, but it seems that there's always a Bill Pulte in rich families. There's always that one guy who thinks he deserves everything because he just does. I don't know enough rich people to know if that's true. That's certainly a trope. That's certainly a trope in movies and books and stuff, but I have no idea if it reflects in real life, other than Pulpe. I think every family in general probably has someone like that. It's just that within rich families, it becomes more of an issue because there's more money, wealth, power, attention to be fought over in the first place, which, you know, kicks things up a notch probably.
Fuck those guys. What's up, baby?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's great to see you tonight, man. You're knocking out fucking shills left and right, man. Tell us, how are you feeling, Travis? Are you bullish? Are you bearish, man? Let's hear it today. What are your thoughts?
The stock is canceled. Those terms mean nothing in this context. There isn't even a stock to be talking about. This is a show surrounding talking about a single stock, and that stock no longer exists. It's gone. Thanos snapped. Atomized. No longer exists. Why are we here? This is a 5-hour live stream.
It's on cancellation day, man. We'll take a shot to it. To all the peepees out there, get your liquor out, man. Let's enjoy a shot right on. What are you thinking on cancellation day, Travis?
If this is cancel culture, then man, I love being canceled. No, and other than that, I've never been more bullish than I am right now.
ABC's wife got in frame for a second, realized and ducked.
It's been everything's fallen into place just like we expected. All the shills are out in force, which tells.
Remember, everyone, shills are when anyone tells you you're wrong. It's so funny that did they even realize they've done this at this point? Do they know that the definition of shill is like someone who is paid to spread certain messaging for a company or something? Like, they don't use it like that. They just call anyone who says they're wrong a shill. Shill does not mean troll. It does not mean person who disagrees with you. It means a person who is paid to spread a message.
When the floodgates open, by the way, that's trademarked by Travis Tripper Inc., not to be used in commercial advertising. We're on the right path, baby.
Right on. All
Ari
right.
and I were taking down some shills as well, actually, on a Twitter space. It was awesome. He said he'll come in later and we'll talk about it.
Sounds good.
All right, hold on one sec.
Trevor of House Belmont with 27 months says, listen to Hannah shilling for Big Shill. That's a stream baby. This stream baby's name is going to be Fudster McShill.
And it's saying room is full right now. I think Realize is trying to get in here too, so we are a little bit packed backstage. So Lancer, let me pull you in a little bit later. I'm going to kick you out for now. And
Xandris, thanks for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We are taking a look at the reaction of Bed Bath & Beyond stock cult people about the cancellation of the stock. They're in complete denial. They think they've won, even though they've literally the opposite of won. Check out Xandris. Check out Xandris' channel. Link in the chat.
Sloppy,
hey,
why
Devil
don't you
Summoner Marie, how's it going?
try to sit tight? Hold on one second. I'm trying to get real in here right now. So we need to fit Jake, Realize. We got a pretty big lineup tonight, boys, so hold on.
We got some heavy hitters tonight, and it's a night that it's needed. I think a lot of people need to hear, you know, all the theories and the bullishness and everything that's going on. I think we're right where we need to be personally, and everybody else needs.
Yeah, fair enough, Phoenix. There is a thing where within cults there's sort of jargon. There's it's the other word, not just jargon. It's the word I'm thinking, because jargon is with a profession, right? Wording used in a profession, the other thing. Anyway, yes, they have special, like, words and slang. That's not the word rhetoric? No, that's not the word I'm thinking of. They have specific words that they'll use that have specific meanings.
Needs to come in and confirm.
Lexicon, lingo's not bad. They'll have very specific, like, words.
So let's do it.
All right, looks like we
Terminology probably covers it.
just got Carter in
Argot is the technical term. Yeah.
here as well. Give me 1 second, fellas. We have a Dr. Habby MD joining backstage.
Hi, Drake.
We'll bring you in a little bit later, okay, Habby?
Dude,
Some people are saying
1800.
AJ as
Jargon
well.
of a cod.
1,800 people, holy fuck. Wow.
You know the beautiful
Wow.
thing? That's the first time I've had to think about Sargon in like a year. He became so irrelevant so quick. It was kind of shocking, wasn't it?
Frequency,
Like, we gotta-
appreciate the 5, man. All right. Let's go ahead and pull everybody in real quick. Let's see. All right, I'll need to change the link to a couple of these guys. Hold on one second. All right,
Keep tabs. He's not great. What's he up to these days? Is he still doing that D&D game where they play Nazi vampires? H-Baird says, I think they may be onto something here. The new name for the... Oh, Xandris, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you. H-Baird says, they think they may be onto something here. The new name for the company contains the words butterfly. The Italian word for butterfly is farfalla, which sounds like Farfel the dog in the old Nestle commercials. Nestle is a Swiss company, and one of the 4 official languages of Switzerland is Italian, which means that Nestle is going to swoop in, give these people a lot of money just cuz, and will take on Amazon. It almost makes too much sense. Unironically, that made more sense than half the things on their subreddit, so I'll take it.
hold on one second, fellas. Real, can you please check Reddit? You got a link in there right now. And then I need to get Jake. There's a new link there. Citizen as well. We'll kind of come in. I know it's late for Salvatore. Give a warm welcome to these fellas. Fellas, how are we doing tonight, man? It's great to see you guys.
Hey, what's up, PP team? It's an honor to be here. Hopefully, you guys can hear me better.
I like your setup, dude. Like, this is way fucking better, man. Holy shit, this is like an upgraded plur right now, man. What the fuck?
The guy at the bottom is the guy who was taking the notes during the Pulte thing. In case you guys remember, Notes guy, who was kind of strange, a little different, a little whatever. Reno Redhead says he's got this podcast he's never on. Recently, he said all Mexican food is inferior because the spice makes him unable to taste English food because it's so bland. Oh, Sargon.
Yeah, man. I figured, you know, after being around Pulte and you and Michael and ABC and the team, they're just like, hey, what can you do to just make things better? Because it's like he wasn't grooming you like, hey PP, you belong to me now. This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna go to Hollywood. You're gonna rule the world. Is more on the lines of like a scholar student relationship to all of us of like, hey, this.
So pretentious. Avant Gardner with 18 months says, always good watching. Thank you for more than 18 months I've been watching. Oh, thank you for all the viewership. Sub baby name. This sub baby's name is going to be Scary Circus Clown. This baby's name is Scary Circus Clown. First name Scary, last name Circus Clown.
Shows like a really cool thing. You guys are obviously starting to get a lot of viewers, and like as individuals, what do you think you do to maybe make things better? And this is like my like, hey PVC, this is what I'm trying to just give to the community, and I just appreciate you for allowing me to be here.
Cool. Yeah, it's great to see you tonight, man. Welcome to the show. Famous Variety, can we get a mic test there, man?
What is up? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can. It's great to see you, man.
Great to see you, man. Congrats and welcome back. It's good to see all of you guys. I know y'all had an amazing time. It was fun. Thanks for kind of keeping us in.
I think one of the best things about eyeshadow is like if you're shocked, it's like, and it reveals more. It's very noticeable.
Your pocket.
Of course.
Yeah. Great
Awesome.
to see you guys. But
Yeah.
happy to be here.
Right on, man.
Hey,
All right, just making sure we're good here. And then Salvatore, can we get a mic check as well?
Mic check.
Salvatore is the big, he's sort of the PP of Twitter. Salvatore is huge on Twitter Spaces and stuff about Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm not really familiar with Twitter Spaces, so we haven't ever listened to any of them on here. But that's my understanding. Chitara says, a Sargon, truly a man's man, the savior of the West even. What better way to show your Western machismo than to destroy a political party due to simply being a part of it and admitting that you're unable to handle food with spice on it? Odd Tall Man says, Hannah, sorry to be off topic, but I had to tell you that weird Trump montage clip you watched the other day with all the scenes from the movies is actually from a feature film itself called Hello Darkness. It's a bit of a festival darling right now. What? Hello Dankness, rather. Okay. I will copy-paste that and look it up later, because I am curious.
All right, right on. So now we're just kind of sitting back. We're just waiting for Realize and also Jake to join us as well tonight. So, fellas, how are you feeling tonight, man? It's cancellation day. How are we feeling about these filings that came out? I mean, again, we had a shitload of them coming out. Filed again, like through the SEC. We also saw some dockets drop. I mean, how are you guys feeling? Would love to hear your guys' opinion tonight on everything.
I don't mind just talking for like 20
Claire has his hand up.
Yeah, as you can see, PPC wearing the rocket spacesuit.
Yes.
I got in my flight jacket on right here, so I'm extremely stoked, extremely pumped.
You're dressed
Obviously,
like Amelia Earhart because you're all lost.
Travis got done fighting Shield. Salvatore has been nonstop. I liked what Salvatore said earlier to Investor Turf. Always has a positive attitude. Famous Ferrari has been doing a bunch of philanthropy. He helps a ton of people
Philanthropy?
behind the scenes. And then ABC, 500's been like the number of the day for you the last 3 days, man. So
I've been noticing that too. ABC suddenly obsessed with 500, but he's not wrong to, right? I mean, Bill was telling people to literally donate $500. I mean, there has to be a connection there too, right? You know, again,
maybe there isn't a connection. Maybe he's just an asshole who's trying to butter you up.
Oh, I really don't think that this guy is like fucking with people. God, it's just like the fucking ice cream has me jacked, man. I mean, like we won days ago.
The ice cream has me jacked is where we are in terms of their evidence for the fact that they're going to be rich. The ice cream.
Fellas, like this is fucking it, man. You know, again, and it's like
you refuse to believe this isn't a CIA psyop. Okay, hypothesis. In order to send secret messages to operatives around the world, this is a fake show that the CIA, yes, uses in order to send out messaging incognito. That way, agents around the world can tune in and hear different parts of the show and use their, like, cipher in order to, like, figure out what it really means. Like, oh, butterfly, oh, no, there's gonna be an attack in Iran. Butterfly, oh no, that's yellow cake uranium. That would make more sense to me than this being real. I'm still like, there's still 1% of me that's like, is this a bit? Are they all playing a game? Are they all doing improv? Because at that point I'd be like, fuck, I want to be a part of this group. That'd be hilarious if there was just a group online that basically, as a joke, did a parody stream like this or something else where you just improv all night pretending to be kind of weird, and you know, that'd be fun. That sounds so fun to me. I'm into that kind of weird stuff, you know. But I think they're real. I think these are real people. If it is a prank though, let me know. I'll join. I'm quite funny, believe it or not.
Crazy to be able to explain something to people. It's like, no, PP8 ice cream with Bill.
Let's do that. We would have to find the funniest people in chat. I don't know how we would do that.
It's like, yeah, it's such tinfoil, but it's like, to me, it's a done deal, man. So
I don't care what you do, degens do. I'm an individual investor, but I've been through 9 months of fucking hell here, and it's time to fucking pay up or shut up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right on.
The false confidence is beautiful.
Is where
Are you funny? Yeah.
Where I'm looking at, and that's just my first tranche, boys.
Right. We do have Realize backstage here as well. So Chad, please give a warm welcome to none other than Realize, man.
Hey everybody, what's up?
Realize, how you doing tonight, man? Great to see you.
Hey, thanks. Good to see you guys too.
Cool. Right on, man. Cool.
Oh yeah, I gotta find his channel too. I forgot he has one. Was it R-E-E-R-E-A-L? Okay. Real I. Oh God. Is it with a Z? E-Y-E-Z-Z. Did he get rid of his channel on YouTube? I know he had one at some point, and I thought I had it saved, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here tonight. We also got Jake that will join us in a bit. What are your thoughts, Realize? I mean, you're one of the top, I mean, your whole subreddit, Beyond Your Anus, is tinfoil. I mean, you guys are the biggest tinfoil out of everybody. Did you notice a lot of that tinfoil throughout that interview, or what, man?
The interview?
Yes.
No, actually, it kind of blew right past me, really.
Rachology says, you know the fate of irony online. If you did a prank stream riffing on delusional thinking communities, you would just end up creating one yourself through viewers not getting its parody. That's unfortunately probably true. Even if it was, though, maybe I could be like, hey, you were tricked. Maybe recalibrate your ability to determine bullshit. Probably wouldn't help, though.
And then, you know, when somebody mentioned that the ice cream came out around like 1:47, and the
they're literally saying the ice cream came out in that stream at a certain timestamp, so that must mean something.
holiday that occurred around the time, and then I started seeing a little bit more, and I like the polo shirt too because it had the horse on it, you know. So I don't know. Did Polte get that for you as a gift, or
No.
Okay.
I've wore it on the show before. It's one of my favorite shirts, so it was comfy that day, so I just threw it on. Yeah.
So yeah, it was really cool, man. It was cool to see you guys down there, and it definitely strengthened you know, my bull thesis. I felt really bullish about everything. So
Is there anything that wouldn't be bullish for you guys?
Right on. Excellent. So let's go ahead and take it to Salvatore, man. Salvatore, man, what are your thoughts with some of the stuff today? I did join into your space call today. I wasn't able to come on and talk because I was just kind of listening throughout it. I was kind of busy today. What are your thoughts, man? I wasn't able to finish that space call. What are your thoughts concluded? I know Famous was in there as well. How do you guys think we're moving forward from here on out?
Just to summarize my thoughts, I opened up a 250-pound bottle of Remy XO today, and I don't really drink too much, so this was a celebratory.
He opened a celebratory bottle of wine.
Bottle
or
for
liquor,
me.
or whatever he said.
That's how
Why would you do that? This other person did too. I literally pulled this up just so you could see this, because it's embarrassing. They're celebrating because their stock was canceled, but they think that means they're gonna get stock in a new company, but they aren't. That's not how any of this is working.
There we go.
Oh, good. You got the good stuff with that has a bottle of it. I'm pretty sure, for the record, I think that's just sparkling cider. I don't think that's alcoholic.
Documents today canceled that share offering, so those are gone. Dash butterfly dash diffuse. Finally get to wear this.
Kind of upset he put it in a beer mug. Also, that is so much fun. I don't know if you guys have had just like sparkling cider. It is so sweet. That is so much that he put in that thing. There's no way he drinks that, or he's gonna get diabetes.
Time to sell.
It's not actual champagne. I don't think they do I actually don't know, I guess, if they make champagne with bottle caps. I think the pressure would be too much.
Celebrate, baby.
I don't know, though. Avant Gardner says, cheers to them. Money well spent.
I finally get to wear the Citadel's burning shirt. Now, I do think Citadel is going to burn from this, but I do kind of wish someone would make a virtue capital with like a nuclear mushroom cloud or something, because Doug Sifu is fudged. Oh my gosh. So everybody, in case you've been living with your head in a hole, Bed Bath & Beyond became Butterfly today. More specifically, 202-30930-DK-Butterfly-1 Incorporated. Now, what appears to have happened is that the creditors purchased a company called Butterfly that had been on an exchange. I think it was...
What? No, what? Oh god, they're just making shit up now. Unstable Deadbeat says, oh, I get it. Hannah has somehow intercepted internet streams from Bizarro World and they think bad is good. That explains everything. I wish. I wish. Cider's only like that in the US? Okay. I think I've had the brand that he had, though. Like, I've seen, that's how I knew it was Sparkling Cider or Sparkling something. It's because I recognized the label.
BTFY was their ticker. And a name change was made to that company. This company is from 1971, and a name change was made to that company on September 21st. And today they announced that emerging from the cocoon of reorganization shall be a new company called Butterfly.
What? No. No. Bed Bath & Beyond is gone. Your stock is extinguished. You have nothing. You have no equity. Not in Bed Bath & Beyond. Not in Butterfly. Not in Teddy or Gmerica or anything else you people made up.
They have 901 million shares. What looks like from that number is that there's around 450 million shares that have been sent out and sold. They had another 300 million that have been authorized to sell, but the documents today canceled that share offering, so those are gone. Under a situation where the creditors get to benefit from the NOLs, the net operating losses, which can be...
No one is taking the NOLs. No one is taking the NOLs because if you took the NOLs, you would be taking debt. The NOLs would cost more to get than they are worth. So why would anyone buy it? It would just be throwing money away. That doesn't make sense. On top of that, I don't even know if you can at this point, because I'm pretty sure when there's no going concern, which there isn't anymore because it's already been liquidated, they've already started stripping things down. Not even started. They're already near middle end period of stripping things down and liquidating. So if people aren't continuing the same business, it's not a going concern. Therefore, they can't get the NOLs? At least that's my understanding.
Probably hundreds of millions, if not billions in this case. They have to accept equity in the company. Equity cannot exceed 50%.
You have no equity. You have no equity.
So it looks like we're going to get a 1-for-1 on
no one is giving you anything. What are you talking about?
Our side as shareholders, and they'll get the other 50% of the shares, which will come out to around 901 million shares total. This involves a QSIP change and a name change and a distribution. These are three things that are going to absolutely F in the A every single solitary outfit, individual, family fund, hedge fund, market maker that shorted this stock. They're going to have to close these positions and close them.
The stock is canceled. They do not have to return it. Their positions are closed. It's over. It's so jover.
PDQ. Now, this weekend we may get a 10K or 10Q involving
the
this.
Butterfly company he mentioned is an X-ray tube manufacturer. I mean, babies need X-rays, right? They got bones.
Which will allow it to go back onto an exchange. In that, they may ask to go back to the NASDAQ. So maybe they could, 10, 15 days after they ask to go back to the NASDAQ, they actually get readmitted to the NASDAQ. It's, oh my God. It's going to be so amazing.
Ew.
3, 4, 5-figure share prices. They have shorted this stock so much and at such freakishly low prices that this is going to explode in a way that I don't think any stock has ever exploded before. And things might get really weird simply because like 23 hours from now, we might be in a government shutdown, which means
they averted it. Hooray.
Less SEC oversight.
At least for now. It's a Band-Aid.
I don't know what that means as far as like issuing shares, if that could be processed through.
They're not issuing you shares.
It's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna be weird. So weird. And you know what? I dig it. I dig it so hard. I am absolutely stoked.
This is a weird personality, but at the same time it also reminds me of how I talk, and that makes me uncomfortable. Am I this embarrassing? Oh no.
So, I'm drinking my Martinellis because I don't have champagne. I don't drink anyway. So, some Martinellis. What do I have today? Sparkling blush. Won a gold medal 118 years ago. La 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 la. All right, so, anything else? Dog chewing on a bone? Dianne Feinstein died. I mean, she should have been out of Senate a long time. She was a trailblazer. She was a legend and a monumental politician in this country.
You don't have to suck her off. It's fine.
She just stayed a decade too long and should have just enjoyed her hundreds of millions of dollars in her lakeside mansion. Being paraded around like puppet.
Bernie.
Bring her old bones into reanimated corpse into the Senate every day. That shouldn't have happened. They should have just let her retire a decade ago. Anyway, so how you guys feeling? Are you feeling good? I'm feeling pretty good. This is woo 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 woo. So yesterday onto Reddit last night, I posted into the BBBY subreddit because it's that thing is so full of shills.
Again, people disagreeing with you aren't shills. These people have realized they're wrong. That I don't know if you guys can see. This man has quite an extensive book collection, which is actually cool. I like collections. I like collections of books, magazines, any kind of physical media, records, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever. I always think it's cool. How could he have read this many goddamn books and he doesn't understand what's going on? I understand that just being well-read doesn't necessarily make you intelligent. I get it. It's just surprising to me.
Anything you post that's pro BBY,
thanks a pink and blue shark,
you'll get voted down a cajillion times. So I posted in there explaining the difference between canceled and deleted, as we talked about
every fucking time
almost a year ago with MMTLP. Is it
semantic obsession? I am telling you, the obsession with the semantic.
You know, delete does not mean the same thing as canceled. Cancel's the good thing. Delete is the thing that
canceled is not the good thing for you. You have no more equity. It's gone.
That short hedge funds want. And these douchebags were all over me. And I just stayed up all night just fucking arguing with all these people and just slapping them down.
Here's the thing. This is something that is... I don't even think I've ever discussed this before. That's good. I get an opportunity to now. I think there's a flaw. I don't think there's necessarily a word for this logical fallacy. Maybe even this would be more a philosophical or moral fallacy. I don't know. Whatever it would be. I don't know what to call it. Just because you're saying something that is the opposite of something a person you don't like is saying, or someone who's a piece of shit, doesn't automatically mean you're right. You know what I mean? Like, on the one hand, yes, hedge funds are shitty. I also do not like hedge funds. I also do not like the very wealthy, or at the very least I do not like the system that allows people to become so wealthy that it's the detriment of other people in society, right? But just because you don't like those people, and that those people are bad or that a system is bad, doesn't automatically mean your conspiracy theory against these people is true. Because I've seen someone, there was actually someone on Twitter who was like arguing with me about this. Someone who claimed to be a fan at some point. Kinda doubt it. But anyway, unless I'm confusing them with someone else. Either way, this person on Twitter basically said, like, I don't know why you're siding with hedge funds and billionaires, some leftist or something like that. And it's like, I'm not siding with them. I'm siding with reality. I can both say, fuck hedge funds, fuck the system that controls our lives, that is so impersonal and, again, detrimental to so many working people, and also say you're wrong. These are not mutually exclusive. False binary, yeah, but again, it's more the idea that because you are saying the opposite of something a bad person says, you must be right. You know? Like, it would be like, again, let's go to the Godwin's Law example, because it's usually informative, if hyperbolic. Like, in the last years of his life, Hitler was vegetarian, or Hitler pushed for anti-smoking campaigns in Nazi Germany. If you came around and you're like, no, smoking is good for you, actually, smoking is good, and I know that because Hitler banned it in public, that's the fallacy I'm thinking of. Like, you're literally using someone's obvious immorality in other areas to claim they're wrong here. You know what I mean? Yeah, like a genetic fallacy. I guess that's true. Genetic fallacy? Okay. Because it's who the message is coming from. That makes sense. Yeah.
Because shills do not deserve tact. They don't deserve respect. They don't deserve...
People who disagree with me don't deserve respect. Cool. Good call.
A well-thought-out, reasoned opinion. You just hit him hard, call him a dorkwad, and tell him to shut the fuck up. That's all I have to do. It's really easy. And man, today when that 8K dropped... Oh, they just shut up.
What world are you living in? The GME Meltdown subreddit was hilarious. I'm doing multiple streams about this. What are you talking about? Everyone's been making fun of this. No one has been quiet. Adia Blue says, you drink water? Okay, well, transphobes drink water too, asshole.
And then, at first they were excited, like, see, all your BBBY shares are gone. You got canceled.
Correct.
You don't exist anymore.
Again, I don't necessarily sound like that. At least not on most days. But, no, you don't be right just by mocking someone by using a silly voice. That's, like, really immature. And I understand for comedic purposes sometimes. I'm not saying I'm above that. I'm not saying I'm above anything. I'm just saying, maybe don't look like an asshole like that when you're obviously wrong. It just makes you look bad.
And you show them that it's now a company called Butterfly that's 901 million shares waiting to be redistributed. And they're like, nuh-uh, the only...
Adia Blue says, you drink water? Okay, well, oh, I read that one, sorry.
Butterfly, I see it's Butterfly Network. And you can go, you know what, everybody, you know what? Let's show them what losers they are and just how poorly they're getting their ass kicked. Okay, this is New York Department of...
I don't know the specifics, by the way, but my understanding based on something that was said on GME Meltdown was that the shares that are part of this company are something to be distributed to, like, former board members of Bed Bath & Beyond for some purpose. I think it has something to do with voting on specific decisions if need be, even though one person is, like, the delegated liquidation, like, person. If there's any decisions that need to be made, the former board can use the shares to, like, vote or something. Again, I'm not exactly positive, but there was a reason, apparently. And I'm one to probably assume that these people are wrong. Which, again, in and of itself is a fallacy. But, like, I think the track record here is probably fair. They're literally wrong about everything so far. So.
The state. Butterfly 20230-930-DKA-Butterfly-1 Incorporated. Active. Date of first filing, 10/5/1971. New York. Okay. Here we have the company. Its legal name, it's a domestic business corporation. When it was incorporated, Status is active. Treatment statement status current. Next statement due is 10/31/23.
Captain Squid says this guy, but you see, I've already made a meme where you're the soy jack and I'm the Chad.
It's based in New York. Blah, 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 blah. Where it's headquartered, 28 Liberty Street, New York, New York. This is where they announced about a month ago that the registered agent had moved the headquarters of Bed Bath & Beyond. Okay. La 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 la, all that stuff, cool. Par value in number of shares, 901 million. Oh, and remember, half of those, 450 million of those.
Let's see. Principal Executive Office address, Attention Risk Management, 650 Liberty Avenue. It sounds like the company and the reason that the headquarters changed is because the literal company is being held by a holding company that's going to deal with paperwork and stuff for them and probably have a mailbox for them, basically, for official paperwork, because again, the company liquidated. The company is basically dead, and one person is in charge of all the rest of the wrap-up. So again, this is probably a company that holds this for administrative purposes. They're not like a functioning company that's going to do something. This was all in the plan that was literally finalized weeks ago. I know they can still amend certain things about it, but not anything really. It's pretty much done. H-Beard says, they've said butterfly enough times that I have to post this. Oh, God. Oh, no. That is good, though. Butterfly in the sky. I can fly twice as high. As much as I liked reading Rainbow, I didn't usually read the suggested books. And I always hated the part where the kids actually they did like a book report and described the book. Like, just tell me the book. I'll read the fucking book. Don't describe the whole book to me. And I know at the end they'd be like, oh, well, I won't ruin what's next. Told me most of the story anyway. It's a kid's book. It's not that long. Normal Gamer Gal, thanks for subscribing.
I feel.
Nice.
We were trying to host a space, and I think we had about 1,400 people in there.
Oh, sorry. We were on the other guy.
Those are going directly to people who will be considered insiders and cannot sell. Right? Okay. Now, name history. This is an important one. The shills I kept trying to direct them to in these dork wads could not figure it out. Click on name history. Right? Let's see here. 1971, B&B Textile Corporation. 1988, Bed Bath & Beyond Incorporated. 9/21/23, DK Butterfly Incorporated. Yeah.
Why does he make so many grunting noises?
There we go. There it is. That is what we are now. I have no idea how this...
You're not any part of this. You have no equity. Your shares have been canceled.
Name will last, if it will be changed again. Not a clue. But here we are. Here we are, just rocking and rolling with our new fancy Butterfly One. Toast. Kampai. Cheers. Salut. Bottoms up. I don't know any others. Oh, there we are. That's it. That's our company. We are good. Oh shit, I left that other one on. That's alright. Where are we right now? Oh shoot, are there super chats I've missed? It's like, oh, I got...
Jesus. Okay, back to PP.
Which is pretty
wow.
cool.
That's a huge turnout, Salvatore.
Yeah. And while we were in the space, dockets kept dropping. We kept having S8s filed. It was crazy. So yeah, we got a lot of...
Apparently D means it's a dead company and K means instant annual filing. Let's take a look. I'll pull it up real quick. Let's see. You said it was in the... Oh, duh. I'm in the wrong thing. That makes sense. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. Here it is. United States Securities and Exchange Commission. 2023, so 2023 930 DK Butterfly 1 Incorporated, exact name of registrant as specified in its character. Let's see what it says. Used to be Bed Bath & Beyond, Delaware Corporation. The company is filing these post-effect amendments. Do you know where it said in here? Anywhere where it says what the meaning of the D and the K is, just so I can verify that? I believe you. I would just want to make sure I know. Or where you got that information. Minty Treasure says, how long until he starts analyzing the lyrics of the hit 1999 Crazy Town song, Butterfly? Yes, they had to change their name because they no longer own the name Bed Bath & Beyond. Correct. Company and certain of its direct and indirect subsidiaries filed voluntary petitions under Chapter 11 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of New Jersey. Bankruptcy Court entered its order confirming the second amended Joint Chapter 11 plan, so they accepted the plan. And its debtor affiliates the plan. The company expects the plan to become effective September 29th, which of course was yesterday. The effective date was also the day the stock was canceled. The company has terminated all offerings of securities pursuant to the registration statements as it is undergoing an orderly wind down and liquidation pursuant to the plan. So again, all offerings of securities have been terminated. Offerings of securities are stock, along with other things. The DK you gleaned from the search engine? Okay, I'll have to look into it more. In accordance with undertakings made by the company and the registration statements to remove from registration by means of post-effective amendment any of the securities that remain unsold at the termination of the offering, effective upon the filing of these post-effective amendments, the company hereby removes from registration all such securities of the company registered but unsold under each registration statements, if any, as of the dates. So again, just talking about, hey, these stocks, no matter where they are, if they're sold, unsold, whatever, they're gone. They mean nothing. Oh, there we go. Yep, David Kasdan. It could be that. It could literally be because the person who is the vice president, chief legal and corporate security, could it be because of that? Because he's the one who signed it and filed it? It could be the date, the initials of the person who signed, and then something. Don't know why butterfly. Oh. Anyway.
Discussion.
Or Donkey Kong. Whatever.
Done. I think Jake is still digging into some of the research now. I've been doing a bit of researching too, and I'm extremely excited. As soon as the S8s got filed, I got a message from OKBet saying, congratulations, we've won, buckle up. So
wow, you guys are all really dumb. Again, that's the document we just read that specifically said that their securities are terminated. They have nothing. They have no equity. They have no rights to any other equity either. They're done.
That's the mood right now.
All right, so OKBet's pretty fucking bullish, huh? That's good to know.
How often does this happen where there's just a group of people like this that like completely and utterly fail, but they just believe the opposite for no reason? This has got to happen all the time. Q people, you know, the Trump people who still don't admit that he lost. I don't know. Flat earthers, I guess. Like, this is interesting.
Man, yeah. What is he on his like 8th alt account now? Mike Hands with the
bullish is a reference to bull versus bear market. A bull market is when something is going up. So to say something is bullish is to say this company is going to succeed and the price is going to go up. Bearish, or a bear market, is something going down, something getting worse in the economy, losing money. So being bearish is someone who would be like, oh, I don't think this stock is doing well. I'm bearish on this stock. Maps and Mimic says, can we revisit how this all even started? I feel like this whole thing has gotten lost in the weeds with how crazy these people are. Why did they even jump on the Bed Bath & Beyond to begin with? Dan Olson's video is coming out soon if it's not out already. Let me take a look. I'm sure that'll cover it. Still not yet, huh? Damn. Anyway, I'll try and cover it briefly. Basically, the GME thing that happened back in 2021, or was the bubble of GME, that was partially based on shorts closing, but mostly, and its highs were driven more by a bubble, a hype bubble. Some people from that stuck around, especially people who bought in late because they didn't make any money. They wanted to continue and be like, no, that wasn't the squeeze. That was a, quote, sneeze. The real squeeze is still coming. So there are still GameStop people holding on, hoping it'll go up above 400 again or whatever. Some of those people split off into other meme stock cults. There's an AMC one. There are some Sears people, but they, I think, predated all of this anyway. BBY people. There's a few others that I'm not as familiar with. Anyway, they got into Bed Bath & Beyond because Ryan Cohen, who is a tech bro who worked for GameStop, who is now the CEO. He used to be just a different executive position or on the board or something, but recently he became the CEO. He's the guy that came up with the idea for like the NFT marketplace for GameStop and stuff. He's terrible, but the cult people love him. So when he invested in Bed Bath & Beyond, they all invested in Bed Bath & Beyond, which made the price go way up. He sold a little bit later. The price went back down. So I'm not saying he legally did a pump and dump, but the effect was the same. He came in, made the price go up, all these people bought in, he left, sold, made a bunch of money, made like $60 million or something, and then these people are left holding the bags. But most people just were like, that sucks, you know? These people are in delusion and think that he's still involved somehow and he didn't leave them holding the bags. He didn't dump on them. No. Even though he's being investigated by the SEC for the alleged pump and dump and he's already being sued for it. No, that's not true. None of that's true. He wouldn't have done that to us. He's going to come back and save us. He's going to give us money and equity, and he's going to love us, and he's been sending us secret messages through his children's books. Savior narrative. You get it.
The 5. PP, can we do a...
Now we can add Bed Bath & Beyond people on this meme. SpongeBob fans, Kirby fans, people with lepidopterophobia. Lepidopterophobia, which I assume is fear of butterflies. I don't like butterflies. It's not my fault. There's even a word for it. I'm not weird. You're weird. There's a name for it. Yes, Ryan Cohen is their own personal financial Jesus.
Cigar check with the other peepees on stage. Who has their cigars, man? Where's the goddamn cigars tonight? Fellas.
No, I love the new setup.
Yeah, fellas.
All
Yeah.
right, right on. JF with the 5. Please ask each guest their price target if they're comfortable. Give us some jerk material. We, typically,
It's so lewd to give us jerk material. Like, I can be raunchy. I'm not gonna say I don't. Of course, I say sexual things, but I don't know. I feel like I don't do it in that gross of a way. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I guess it's kind of just a lot of people, I'm assuming. Do you guys have price targets in general, or you guys just kind of, you feel like the incentive just kind of up?
I mean, I haven't even looked at the chart in a while, and I used to think 500 was kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You think that this stock price, which ended, they were canceled at 7 cents, like 7.8 cents. And you believe that this stock, which has already been canceled, by the way, you think it's going to go up to $500 per share. That would break the world economy. Like, that doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? I don't even understand. It would be 5 times their all-time high. Yeah, it's insane. How could they possibly believe this? Oh my gosh, there was a little plastic thing on this screen this whole time, and I didn't even know it. Ooh, satisfying plastic peel. Shiny.
I thought, somewhere between 80 and 200, but Yeah, now this has gotten big, way too
That'd
big.
be a market cap of 455 billion. Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond does not in any way reflect that, especially considering they're not Bed Bath & Beyond anymore because they don't own the name or the stores or the merchandise or have the employees or any of the computer systems or anything.
Big, so yeah, I think it could definitely get up there. So.
Yeah,
kind of uncharted territory, right?
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
no,
we
for
can
sure.
we can try and guess, but like until we see it, I mean, this is new if the thesis plays out like we hope it will.
The thesis is over. It's been falsified.
And the craziest thing about it is we are officially not locked in here with them. They are officially locked in here with us.
That's how it seems, doesn't it, Travis? I mean, again,
No one is locked anywhere with you. Your shares are gone. And I know I'm just repeating myself. I'm so sorry. This stream is just me being like, no, you're wrong. I just can't deal with the I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm staring into the abyss of madness, and I've blinked. I feel like I've looked long enough into the mirror of humanity that I don't I don't even know how to respond. What do you say? Because you can't look away. It's like a train wreck. You can't. It's magnificent.
and a lot of people have been pushing, sell your shares, and it's like, someone is on the other end buying it, and I think that a lot of these shorts, they have millions upon millions of fucking shares sold short. Again, this could be even closer, and this is speculation because I have no idea. I'm not an expert, but it's like, this short position could be quite possibly like over 1 billion, shares short at this point, even
Anyone who is short Bed Bath & Beyond now owes nothing. Whatever they sold their initial position for, like when they opened their short position and sold the stock, whatever money they got from that, if their position was still open as of yesterday, they just keep all that money. They're no longer obligated to return stock at the end of the term of their short agreement because the stock doesn't exist anymore. They're literally incapable of fulfilling the contract. So they win. Everything else is taken, thanks for 41 months, says, I can't believe this is still going. I know.
higher,
They'll just say stuff. You'll see this all the time in their subreddit. The shorts never closed. The shorts never closed. Everyone is closed. It's all over. The game is done. This would be like the buzzer going off at the end of a basketball game, and some people still sitting in the stands being like, let's go, even though the game ended with their team down by 10. Like, it's so over. Like, the game is not still going. There isn't more to do. There isn't more to happen for you. Everyone has left the stadium. They're shutting off the lights. It's over.
Considering what we were on Reg Show for like over 2 months, the suppression constantly since January. I mean, again, it's like this weird, every time the stock would run, there was always something that came out that they would stop it from running because they had to get this deal done. And again, if the stock squeezed uncontrollably, it'd be too pricey. They wouldn't be able to pull this off. And now,
again, what you're describing, PP, A, isn't true. None of this was happening. B, if it was true, it would be fraud. It would be felony fraud. It would be insider trading. It would be fucking with the market. Like, literally, during a bankruptcy, it's supposed to be transparent because you're not supposed to get away from your debtors. The entire point is that you are required in bankruptcy, in this case, to pay back your debtors as much as you possibly can. So if they were trying to sneakily get around things in any way, that would be fraud. That would be bankruptcy fraud. They would be in a lot of trouble. Your plan hinges on very wealthy people committing crimes that only benefit you and not them. Typically, I wouldn't bet against rich people doing financial crimes when it benefits them, but it doesn't in this case. It would only benefit these people. And guess who rich people don't give a shit about? Anyone but them! So they don't care about you!
You know, we have this shock today of like the company's name change is going to be it's this butterfly shit. What are your guys' thoughts with like what butterfly is? Because what's really weird is like a week ago, man, before we went to Bill's, Michael and I were you know, late at night reading the Teddy books. And remember, Michael, the last one we read, it had the fucking butterflies in it and shit. That was the last book we read on the show. So it's
Monday will be fun, you expect. The broker system will delete the shares. You saw the same thing happen with your pre-Musk Twitter shares after he took it private. They're going to come up with a justification. More and more people, this always happens as time goes on, more and more people will leave the group. The most delusional amongst them will stay, and the average of the group will get more and more intense, more delusional, more divorced from reality, until it's going to end up with like 100 people. It's going to be so depressing. I mean, it already is, and frustrating too, but like we're not even close to the end. After today and whatever happens Monday, if something interesting happens, but not necessarily. We're probably going to slow down on our coverage of this just because Dan Olson's video is coming out, and I'm sure he'll say everything better than I can in terms of the meme stock stuff. But also it's just going to get sadder. They're just going to keep doing this until they can't anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe after a week or two, maybe after another month, maybe PP's fans will revolt against him. Maybe. Kind of doubt it, though. I just think more and more will leave. More and more will get banned as they start, you know, saying things they're not allowed to. Oh, wait, is this not? Are we not going to be rich? Either way, it's going to be interesting. The Teddy books are their Bible. It's so weird. You're so right.
just like talk about fucking simulation, man, you know, with this like connection in the books with like
simulation, man,
butterflies and shit. What are your thoughts, man? Like, you know, with anybody, if anybody wants to chime in, I mean, what are we getting equity in butterfly, or what the fuck is butterfly first?
So it kind of reminds me of the whole Caterton thing, Caterton with Dragonfly earlier on, RC getting money after Realizes talked about it again and again, with Patty Wu and investing, getting money to invest in a baby, where it all kind of began 2020 into 2021, and then and beyond into where we are now. But something that's crazy about the butterfly too, that I will share, not to go like to kind of tinfoil it a little bit, is there are like people in the community, like
sorry Wampa, I didn't see it earlier, genuinely.
Full Omega,
I apologize.
Who is kind of like, you know, he's like a secret dude who, or not a secret dude, but he just like a dude.
I acknowledge you, and you get credit for saying it first.
Post memes that just have like really creative thought and ideas.
Sure.
And I kind of want to look him up and just see like how often has he posted butterflies in the past? You know what I mean? And then in terms of butterflies, and I play video games.
I love scary stories to tell in the dark. I loved those so much as a kid. There was another collection. There was a collection of horror stories that I read as a kid, and I absolutely cannot find it, and I need to find it. There was a story in it. Maybe if I can probably find it. One sec. I'm Not Martin story. Oh, did R.L. Stine write this? Is it a book that R.L. Stine did? Because it looks like they adapted it for the Haunting Hour show, which is funny. Was this in a collection? Because I thought it was part of a collection that I'd read. Anyway, there was also a story in it that was a time... It's called a time shelter. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. It was basically the idea that someone gets put against their will into what's called like a time shelter, which is basically once you step foot in it, you are no longer a part of linear time. It's like you've stepped out of the stream of time. So if you were to like exit again, the entire universe has already gone by. The heat death of the universe has already happened outside. Like the second you stepped in, all of time passes you. So you just have to sit in this room for eternity, and if you were to leave the room, you stop existing, basically. It's really, really fucked up. It was a fucked up, like, sci-fi horror thing I read as a kid, and I can't find it. Anyway.
Games. I was a StarCraft player. Now I play 2 games. I play Fortnite and I play Tekken 7. 2 completely different games.
Yeah.
But both high skill, high action per minute type games. But within the game Fortnite, it has like buildings called Citadel. It has like character.
I'm sorry, is Plur trying to say that he thinks that Fortnite is tied into this somehow?
And things about the multiverse. It has things about paradigm. It's so freaking weird because Fortnite in itself has a multiverse. Or metaverse, and a lot of these parallels that we're seeing with like Bill Pulte and God's Debris and like some of the most whack.
Are there any Saw movies I recommend you not watch? Let me take a look real quick. Oh. I actually just watched Saw 5 like 2 days ago. That one's okay. I remember not liking 3 very much. I don't know, just watch them. Just watch them. You can watch the Saw movies in the background. The plot doesn't really fucking matter, does it? Ugh. I heard the new Saw movie is great, though. I'm excited, because I like the Saw movies. Those first 2 are great. 5's pretty good. The one with the insurance people's pretty okay, too. I don't think I ever saw the final chapter. Jigsaw was okay. Never saw Spiral, but the new one, apparently good.
Wackiest DD that I read, but I love reading things, and I love learning new things. But a lot of the stuff is like tied into these video games as well, especially the whole butterfly thing. So I like to just see where it goes in the future and what people think of it.
All right, right on. We got a...
Anything after 2 isn't really worth it unless you want some popcorn flicks. Agreed. Maybe Jigsaw too. Jigsaw's fun. It depends. For me, I like the first 2 Saw movies are actually pretty good horror movies. The first one's just a good movie. Like, it's actually a good movie that I'd be like, oh, this is actually, in terms of, like, the history of horror films, this should probably be, like, somewhere mentioned in the top 100, you know? Saw's in there. Saw 2 builds on the idea, more commercial, bigger budget, but still a relatively good movie. After that, it's schlock. It's just schlock. And at that point, I like it for the effects and the creative ideas of the traps and just how fucking ridiculous they get. I've always liked practical effects, and the Saw movies have a decent number of, like, practical blood effects and gore effects and stuff. So I appreciate that, but the plots are just unwatchable. They're so bad.
$20 tip here from Dad Jokes.
What are my thoughts on Kristen Stewart's Underwater movie? I have not heard of it.
Appreciate the love, Ben. Bunnies, the bees, and the birds.
Is the first Saw movie worthy of inclusion in the Criterion Collection? It certainly wouldn't be the first horror movie I'd put. I know it's not the first, but like if I was like if Criterion came to me and was like, hey, we're gonna open it to more mainstream horror movies or mainstream films in general, but, you know, ones that are actually quality and have a place in the history of stuff like this. Halloween would be my number one. The Thing. Most John Carpenter movies, honestly. Maybe not most, but a decent number of them. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one. Eventually Saw would get in there, though. Just the first one, though.
Eagles. Butterfly has been saying for...
The Fly. I'm trying to think. If I had to do one Cronenberg movie, would it be The Fly? The Fly is his most commercially successful work, but is it his best? I don't know. I really like Crash. Naked Lunch is fun. Videodrome's good, but it's a little up its own ass. Fuck, I gotta go with The Fly, I guess.
for weeks. All right on, man. Appreciate the love, dad jokes. Abe with the $2, 4,206.9 per share is not a meme. I'm not kidding. I would love to see that fucking math behind it, man. We also have
as if there's math behind it. PP, they're making things up. It was literally a 42069 joke.
David Simpson here in the chat too. We can try to pull in David Simpson for a bit, and if we need to get in Jake, we can have someone go backstage for a bit. Real quick, let me get a link to David Simpson, and actually Kaz is calling me, so let me go ahead and pull up the phone for Kaz. Chat, and warm welcome to Kaz.
Stop giving this guy screen time. He's clearly ill.
Flash, man. Kaz, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing, man? How are you?
Great.
Kai's blocked me after he realized that spamming me with transphobic things wasn't gonna get me to stop pointing out that he's wrong.
Hey, great, man. What do you...
This was before I realized how gone he was, to be clear. At this point, I wouldn't interact with him just because, like, he's very detached from reality. I don't think it would be very nice to interact with him on the level I would interact with PP, you know what I mean?
What do you have for us tonight, Kaz? Kais, what do you have, man?
I think it's gross, by the way, on top of everything else, that PP brings Kais on, and that he brought Kais to the Pulte thing. He knows he's exploiting him. He understands this. No one here really takes Kais seriously. They use him like a mascot. They're laughing at him. It's not very nice.
Yeah.
Considering, again, he actually seems ill.
Got for you a lot of butterflies, and Taylor Swift. When she was asked about the butterflies, she said, they asked her what's the meaning for butterflies, and then she said that butterflies symbolizes breaking free of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Butterflies probably symbolize a lot of things in different contexts. The idea that there's one singular, like, meaning behind a symbol as generic as a butterfly is so weird. There's gotta be a website that's like, a dictionary of symbols. Let's see. Symbolism dictionary. This has to exist, right? Symbolism... A dictionary of symbols? 2nd edition? Oh, yeah, that's a book. I'm actually familiar with that. A dictionary of symbols. Let's see if butterfly's in here. Boo! Sorry, I thought this was a different book that I had seen previously. Oh, no. Okay, it is a dictionary. Cool. So we just need butterfly. Up to the bees. Control F, even. Internet's amazing. Oops. Boo. Butterfly. Butterfly, amongst the ancients, an emblem of the soul and of unconscious attraction towards the light. The purification of the soul by fire, represented in the Romanesque art by the burning ember placed by the angel in the prophet's mouth, is visually portrayed on a small matte urn by means of an image of love holding a butterfly close to a flame. The angel of death was represented by the Gnostics as a winged foot crushing a butterfly, from which we may deduce that the butterfly was equated with life rather than with the soul in the sense of the spirit or transcendent being. This also explains why psychoanalysts regards the butterfly as a symbol of rebirth. In China, it has the secondary meaning of joy and conjugal bliss. If you pick anything, you're gonna have a bunch of meanings from around the world in different periods in history, because symbols only have meaning because we ascribe it to them. A butterfly has no inherent connection to many of these concepts. We lend them meaning culturally, socially, even personally in some cases. Like, I have things that are personally symbolic to me, and we have that as groups and societies. Butterfly doesn't have an objective meaning in this sense.
And this is what I can say tonight. And thank you so much, guys. You are doing great, and you have a lot of guests tonight. I'll be watching, and all I can say is only the young can run.
All right, right on. You heard it from Kai's, man.
The Only the Young thing is literally just because Bill Pulte said it, and I think it's also a Taylor Swift song, which he played multiple times.
And he also helped Pee-Pee here trademark the Pee-Pee Show, so now the Pee-Pee Show is fully fucking trademarked, man, as we head into season 4 of the Pee-Pee Show, man. So right on. Kai's, love having you on, man. Enjoy the rest of the night.
You had Kai's help you fill out legal paperwork? Okay, maybe he doesn't realize he's exploiting him. Yikes.
Thank you, guys.
All right, see ya.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
All right. Real quick, David's actually going to join in about an hour, so he'll be here in just a bit. Real quick, we did get a $20 tip here from Control Chaos. Unfortunately, I can't hear. I'm with the fellas at Texas Live. TCU game tomorrow. And
you did probably send me a book on symbols. Where is it? Oh. I don't know if I put it on this shelf. I think it might be on the shelf in my room. Actually, I have a whole assload of books over there, too. I gotta go and sort these.
Cowboys Sunday. I'll catch the replay. Congratulations to all. Right on, Chaos.
What's the PP Show going to cover if the stock is dead officially? Well, so far they're in denial. But I assume they're gonna probably start talking about GME more. Maybe AMC, even though that's going down soon, too. I'm sure they'll latch onto something.
It was great fucking meeting you, man. Loved having you with us. Anastera with the 5. Michael has the link to my video I made. Today is the right day to see it. All right, right on. We'll share it towards the end, Anastera. How's that sound? We also got a tip here from Lance. Send me a link. I've had Butterfly DD for months. All right, we'll get you in, Lance, once we get through just a couple guys here tonight. So, okay, so what do you guys have to share? Plur, do you have anything to share with us?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
why don't you share what you have, and then we'll make some room for a couple other in here tonight. Plur, what do you have for us, man? What's on your mind?
So this is the first time I get to try this. I have an Adobe PDF open. So do I just hit share screen and it should open up? Is that how I do it?
Cool.
Yeah, probably, because that's what that button means. That's what share screen is.
Yes.
All right,
yeah.
Let's try this.
Let's take a look at it.
So it says, it gives me 3 options. Microsoft Edge tab, window, or entire screen. Do I just choose entire screen?
So you can have it windowed, and then you can click it. So if you go to windowed, you can click
window.
Do you see the?
So I hit window, and then how do I choose the PDF?
Is it not showing up?
No, the only thing.
Which window is it in?
That's showing up is the live.
Okay. Holy
Okay, then do your whole screen and just keep it on the PDF. God. Stromboli says at least he can find the button, but on...
Shit, we just got a 500 from Blair. Hold on a second.
Oh, good. Someone else gave him $500. Good use of their money.
Click share all, but just make sure just have the PDF ready.
Travis looked uncomfortable when that happened. Top right. When the 500 thing happens, look at Travis in the top right.
Oh.
The live.
Okay. Holy shit, we just got a 500 from Blair. Hold on a second.
Holy cow.
Click share all, but...
Did you see that? Did you see that little cheek? He knows. He knows. Don't know about everyone else here, but that was a bit of a tell.
Just make sure just have the PDF ready, and then I'll share your screen. Nobody will see what's up on your screen.
So
Blair with the 500. PP, ABC, Mike, Travis, Sal, okay, bet, Jay, Pulte, RC, everyone, yeehaw. I opened a $1,200 cognac too, right on. What?
You opened a $1,200 bottle of liquor to celebrate losing your investment. Okay.
Watching Cape.
At least you'll be drunk, I guess.
Watching Cape launch 2. Love you all. You're beautiful baby. Right on, Blair. Appreciate the fucking 500. Holy shit. Appreciate your fucking support of the show, Blair. Right on. All right, Plur, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. Does that sound good?
Yeah, can you see it? Let me know if you see it.
Yeah, I have it up for everybody right now. Chester with the 5. Where's Phil? Probably trying to cover that short position, man. All right, Plur, let's see what...
Again, any short position is free and clear as of yesterday. They're fine.
tinfoil you got, and then we'll also pull in the next person here in a moment. Let's hear it, Ned.
Sweet. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I suppose this Blair is some rich asshole who's just egging them on and watching this for their own sick amusement? No, I don't think so.
Sweet. So I'm on the first page. It's called God's Debris Tinfoil, September 23, 2023 edition.
All right, right on.
So I'll start it off with a quick joke, and this has to do with everybody that's all super hyped during, when we're at Polte's place. Everyone's just like, hey, who's the mystery guest? Is it RC? Is it Icon? Well, lo and behold, the mystery guest was actually Kai's Melesh the whole time.
Everyone knows that the funniest way to deliver a meme is to verbally explain it while it's on screen. That's what makes memes funny, is the fact that someone will verbally explain it to you instead of just visually showing you the joke.
All right, right on.
Yeah. All right. So the agenda, like the purpose of this PowerPoint, is I'm going to start off with Bed Bath Beyond non-tinfoil. I'm going to talk about taxes and nulls and the unrealized losses, and then I'll just go into the tinfoil, which is I pretty much just got Pokemon DD and the Jordan DD. But I'll move through it fast because I know today's a big day. All right. So now we're going to hit the Bed Bath Beyond non-tinfoil Plur DD. There's Shorty the cow right there for those that don't know.
Unironically, I made better PowerPoints than this, or better presentations in middle school. This is terrible.
So something that's interesting is in terms of null preservation, you got
Yes.
docket 2294
Thank you.
came out on August 23rd, 2023 by Alvarez and Marcel.
And one thing I want to add is that what did Bill say on the show? He said Knowles are very valuable. Okay, and the reason he knows that is because he said at one point PHM had a bunch of Knowles and they can understand. And again, if someone who's coming in to acquire this, like, again, wants this like giant fucking tax break, with these.
Again, what do you not understand? That in order to acquire the tax break, even in theory, would cost more than the tax break would get them in a tax break. Either way, they would be losing money. Why are they going to throw away money in order to give you equity in a company that has nothing? Why? What would the purpose be?
These Knowles, they gotta take shareholders for a ride, man. So that's the most important thing. And again,
You've been taking them for a ride, all right.
I do think that's what we're gonna see. Emotional damage with the 20. Did Realize say he didn't watch the Pulte show? What the fuck? No, he did watch it. He said that the first time around he didn't see the 10, and the second time around a lot of stuff started getting pointed out. Because I think everybody was jacked on like an announcement, so everybody was sitting there, eyes peeled to the screen, ready for something to say. But while everybody was so focused on an announcement, everybody was missing all the tinfoil throughout the show. So it's like, again, even if Bill walked out with a fucking goddamn baby strapped to his chest, people would have been like, so are we winning? Are we winning?
No, he literally didn't give you anything. If anything, he was like, nope, I don't know anything that's happening. Nope, I don't know anything about BBBY. He seemed to not know anything about the company, really. What are you talking about?
I mean...
Again, of course he's going to defend Bill. Bill solicited $20,000 in donations for PP.
God damn, man. How obvious does it have to be? Matilda with the 5 cigar check. Right on, Matilda. About to light mine up if I can figure out matches and you send me a link. All right. Once we have a little bit more room tonight, we'll let some people come on and say their piece. So right on.
Hey,
yes,
PP, real quick.
Let's hear it.
How does Bill Pulte fit into the PP lore? He is a second-generation Nepo baby fail son who desperately wants to be in charge of his company's business, but he is one of 25 grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and he doesn't seem to have anything particularly special about him in terms of skill or knowledge. So instead, he gets upset and goes on places like Twitter or this show to get attention and to try and get people to be on his side, and to try and insult the actual CEO of the company. He doesn't like that he's not in charge of his grandfather's company, basically.
I gotta ask, did you go back and watch the PP interview, like after we were done recording?
Yes. I did
Okay,
rewatch
so
it.
you have seen it, and then you kind of like, because we heard all the tinfoil and everything else that was online, and like while we were there, I mean,
Well, what?
we
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, we were kind of going crazy. I'm sitting back checking audio. I'm on my headset, making sure audio is
Yeah.
good, telling people to get closer. Like I wasn't picking up on all this little stuff, and then I read it after, and I was like, I got to go back and rewatch this. And I went back and rewatched it, and I'm like, what this dude was playing us, man.
100%, man. And then get this, you know, it's like, you know how a lot of times we say, oh, that's a nothing burger, that's a nothing burger.
Well, this story's stupid. I already listened to this stream, by the way. I listened to this stream last night and earlier today.
Oh, Bill.
This story's so stupid.
Got his fucking burger in the end, and it was fucking wrapped in foil, man. You know,
in tin foil.
Again,
a burger wrapped in tin foil. Oh my god, it must mean something. Chat, they got a burger from Five Guys. If you've ever been to a Five Guys is a burger restaurant, by the way. Can be confusing sometimes. Five Guys always wraps their burgers in tin foil. That's just what they wrap them in. They make the burgers, and then they get wrapped in tin foil. Even if you're dining in, they wrap it in tin foil. That's just part of what they do. It's not a secret message to you. He's not signaling anything to you. He literally was probably hungover and wanted a cheeseburger. And hey, I get it. Five Guys is delicious. If you're gonna have a burger, not a bad choice. Overpriced, but then again, I'm not a millionaire. Either way, he's not signaling to you, PP. Reno Redhead says, how the fuck does one have 25 grandchildren? It's just now dawning on me how many that is. How many children did he have? Why is the Polte family like rabbits? Because they're wealthy. Because they're wealthy. And when wealthy people have a breeding fetish, they just keep having kids. Gitara says, Five Guys is fucking amazing. 14 kids. Also, secondary anecdote to prove my theory on rich people and breeding fetishes, Elon Musk. Yep, other people pointed it out. Derp says they're Catholic too. That'll do it. Every sperm is sacred. I learned that. Thanks, Monty Python. Wait, that was Monty Python, right? Meaning of life? Yeah. Okay.
Goddamn symbolism. Do you need to be smacked across the head with a goddamn dildo until you can see straight, man? It's right in.
I know. I am really out of touch for not seeing that cheeseburger being wrapped in tinfoil as a secret symbol that Polte is involved in secret insider trading. That's basically what you're saying.
In front of your fucking eyes, fellas. Again, I urge everybody to go through and rewatch that interview if you have not already. I know some parts of it, the picture is shit. I get it, but I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of fucking foil in there, man.
Canada Dry
we
Noob.
gotta do what?
Canada Dry Noobs post.
Yes. Which one?
Okay.
Which one are you referring to?
Yeah, the Form 15.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I just wasn't sure if you if you guys had that.
Yeah,
but that sounds-
Canada Dry Noob. I've been reading a lot of his shit lately. He's been popping up a lot more lately in the subs, and a lot of his golden stuff is found in the comments too.
So we on his Form 15 post, he says the Form 15 is only going to be followed if shareholders are basically wiped out, or in the case of a merger, right? Because it's basically traditionally it's only really used.
Poor people also had lots of kids back in the day. Yeah, but like 2/3 would die.
Is for companies that go dark, like Chinese companies that go overseas, that want to be delisted from NASDAQ or whatever. But this is like a special situation where it can occur. And then I just realized too, did you guys realize the name actually says 2023 9/30, which is the date of the final deadline that we thought it would be, even though it's actually going to be like October, it would be October 2nd or what have you, because it's a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It says 2023 9/30. See how far behind I am? But yeah, it was really interesting to see. So it's the Form 15. I just realized that they filed the butterfly papers underneath Edgar. I just thought it was on the state level websites. I didn't realize they even filed anything with Edgar today after 4. So
Edgar shuts off at 10 p.m. I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Like us, it's not just for just the random, people.
I want to get past Plur's Rather's presentation because he's so boring.
Which, mind you, was smaller than this one, less gas, and we were over 100 pounds. So what happened was, before we took off, the captain comes and talks to Bill while we were sitting there, and he goes, the issue is that we're 100 pounds overweight. And
yeah, after Bill had them take the last plane down because of the pressure issue that, according to your initial stories, only Bill and his brother initially felt.
At one point, Chaos was like, well, it's
They were going to his very real meeting at SpaceX that's real.
fine, I can stay back. Obviously, that wasn't going to happen. Bill was like, no. Bill considered, maybe his assistant could get on another plane and meet us there. That was a possibility. He sat there, he considered it, and then he figured, you know what, fuck it, just take us to fucking Austin. Because
literally, he had already said that before they even took the plane down. Like, the first time, he is so stupid that he doesn't realize he's being manipulated. Oh my god. Ugh, I'm trying to find the clip. Here it is. It's only like a minute long.
All right.
Now, this is before they landed. So they have no idea what plane they're going to get on. They don't know what plane they're going to get on.
Fellas, so we're gonna have to be doing an emergency landing here. Why is that, Bill?
The pressure is off in the cabin, and they tried to mess with it a little bit, but it did not work. So we went around in a circle for a little bit, and they kept trying and trying, and I said, just put it back on the ground. So.
The other people on the plane are other people from the PP show and their partners.
How'd you know something was off, Bill?
How did you know something was off when the pilots didn't, Bill? Wow, it's almost like planes already have sensors in them for the pressure that are attached to the emergency masks? Wow, Bill detected something that not even the plane's pressure detectors could? That's magical, Bill. You're so good at this.
Well, shortly after takeoff, just something felt off with the pressure.
Just fell off, man. The vibes.
Then I said something to you guys. I think you said, that your ears were fine. Something was off.
Oh, so no one else agreed with you initially. You had to push the issue for them to agree with you? Wow.
And so we're actually just about to land. I don't know if you want to show outside. So, emergency land.
This was like 18 minutes after takeoff.
All right, we're landing on the highway.
So I think,
Are we going to catch another jet, maybe, or what?
We'll see if we can get another plane. I don't necessarily want to fly on this plane, to be honest with you, the rest of the day. Even if a mechanic looks at it,
Even if a mechanic looks at it? Wow, Bill. You're pretty insistent on not taking this plane.
Don't want to screw around with pressure.
You don't want to screw around with pressure.
My opinion.
In his opinion.
I don't know if you can hear your ears popping right now.
They are.
Ears never pop in airplanes.
Yeah,
this is way more than normal.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to be in this aircraft. So we'll see if we can get a commercial flight. If not, we'll see if we can get a private flight. If not, we'll get a commercial flight. And I don't know if I'm going to SpaceX today, so I got a call when we land here. We'll land in any second.
Weird. I thought you said that he made the decision not to go to SpaceX because the plane you guys got put on was too small, but at this point he was already talking about not going to SpaceX, and he didn't know you were going to get put on a smaller plane. Interesting.
I can call him and see what's going on, so just grateful to be back on the ground, though. I don't know about you. So.
That's not even something I'd considered. It would be funny if it wasn't even a grift and it was just drug-related paranoia. That would be funny.
At this point, Bill was over it, man. I mean, again, flying private is like, it's already expensive. I can imagine, and the first plane's having issues, so now we have to wait for the next one.
Allegedly having issues.
They have to get to Austin at a certain hour, and they have to get to SpaceX at a certain hour. So we're like, dude, this isn't gonna happen. So he tried to talk the captain into flying us there, and what did Chaos say? Chaos was like, just kill the gas and just glide another 100 miles. It's like, all right.
Famously, planes are incapable of being refueled. You can't stop anywhere and refuel. Quite famously, planes, you fly once until the gas tank is empty. and then you throw the whole plane away.
I don't want to fucking die, man. You know, so if the captain says we can't make it, we can't make it, right? So,
but even after they told us before we took off, they said you're about 100 pounds overweight. We can't
Yeah.
make it to where we need to
Right.
go. And we get in the air, and Bill's like, "Nah, we're gonna do everything we can to get there."
Yeah.
He goes to the pilots. 30 minutes into the flight, he goes, "In about 30 minutes to an hour, you're gonna know how much fuel we have left. I want to know. I want to get to Brownsville. I want to go to SpaceX. Let's do it. Let's try to get there. Let's do everything we can to get there." And so they retained the flight pattern and kept going. And the pilot comes back about an hour later. He's like, "No, we're just not gonna make it, and I don't want to chance
Yeah.
it." And of course, safety is the first priority. And he's like, "All right, screw it. Let's just go to Austin." So, and Bill's all about business. He's sitting there emailing, texting, doing whatever he's got to do, talking about, rearranging his meeting with SpaceX, the guy he ended up meeting with. And fortunately, he was able to...
Root Fake says 100 pounds on most planes is nothing. Like, fuel weight is measured in tons. I'm trying to think. There were enough people that it couldn't just be like a prop plane. It has to be a jet, right? I don't know. Whatever. Gitara says, some rich people having a breeding fetish is definitely a thing. I read an article that ended up on Twitter about a rich couple who straight up promoted eugenics and said they, quote, only smart people should breed so that they can create genetically superior humans, end quote. Ew. The biggest indicator of education is not genetics. It's education and income level of the parents. Opportunity, believe it or not, is the indicator, basically. People are smarter if you educate them, if they have opportunities to learn. Shocking. Eugenics people are just the dumbest, worst people. Evil. Ironically, they both wear glasses to see, but the amount of non-rich weirdos said that they were fine with, quote, sacrificing their option to have children, end quote, in favor of only allowing rich people to have children was staggering. Ew. Gross.
To change his meeting to Thursday. But you could see he wanted us to
I know, it would have been so awesome, man, to go there, but it's all good. Next time. There's always a next time, right? So the SpaceX rocket hasn't launched tonight yet.
No, it's done. It's about 9 minutes into flight. They're at Seco.
When did it launch?
Like 9 minutes.
Did it? While we were live?
Yeah.
No shit. Wow.
PP, I half expected those walls behind you just to fall down and there'd be a huge rocket right there.
That would have been fucking awesome.
Y'all's little trip has put me on a personal trip as well. It's been a weird few days, but awesome.
It has been. Again, you gotta fucking ask yourselves, why the fuck would fucking Bill take PP down to fucking Florida to film at his offices, man? Okay.
Again, you're assuming he's a competent human being.
For a stock that is nearing fucking liquidation, where people are getting wiped out. My fucking ass. And then in the same time, come on and say, yeah, donate $500 to meet me and PP. Who's gonna want to meet PP if we go to zero, man? And a lot of people from our community were donating, and it's like, again, I have a feeling that this guy is very smart. Again.
Might trust anyone to judge someone's intelligence. It's PP.
Can we get to the tinfoil now?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Plur has Plur's gonna wrap up his thing, and then he's gonna get going. And then we could jump right into it. Let me pull this back up for Plur. But again, fellas, you gotta ask yourselves this shit. I mean, no, I don't think Bill is fucking with us. Control Chaos with the 10. We could have glided. I know it. There he is right there. Fuck that, man. All right, that's how the people from Leonard Skinner died, man. All right, just like that. All right, go ahead, Plur.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
oh my God,
cool.
is Plur still going?
So it's not an accident
so bad
at 147.
Yeah, I think all the
and new officers and new.
They're just going over legal, what's the word? The report of how many hours the lawyers worked.
Not to a definite number. There's a finite range. In this range, I've done it 10 times. It
deduce from that is that no, those shares from the securities offering in February did not hit the public market. Those were not issued to the public. We could corroborate that with the filings that say, hey, that short seller did not, that partner on the securities exchange offering did not participate in short sales. We know that they're a good party. They executed a certain number of warrants late February to pay off the bonds, which were like a month with as a tiny tight-knit community is in the billions.
H. says a common apologetic is that all but one of the apostles were martyred and no one would die over something they knew wasn't true. This video is a wonderful counter to that. If anyone says that, I'd just be like, presumably if someone says that, they're Christian, I would just say, has no one ever died for Islam? Has no one ever died for any other religion? Because if you're saying that Christianity has to be true because people died for it, does that make every religion anyone has died for true? It doesn't really make sense.
When we can see from the Paddling Shit Creek surveys, he did like 20 to 25 of them. I don't know if they're still.
Yeah, we own this whole fucking goddamn thing.
It's
man.
like 55,000 shares a pop.
Yeah.
And so times 10,000 people, that's like 2/3 shares outstanding. That's
not the same as what they say. Then I would say, how is it different? How is it different?
1,000 people. How big is this community? Is it 50,000 people? Is it 100,000?
Well, it's hard to gauge, right? Because it's like on the Reddit, well, we have about 13,000 here. You know, beyond Uranus, I think there's about.
Why does ABC have a spooky light under him, like he's about to tell me a ghost story?
About like 5,000, 6,000, but main Bed Bath 60,000. But you have to remember, it's shared communities, so it's like I would say the best thing. Why don't you tell us why, or anything that you do you agree or disagree with? Let's hear it, man.
I personally don't think there was dilution, but again, you know, whether we're right or wrong with our numbers, I mean, there's still little unknowns in terms of what was sold at what price, and it's very, very hard to calculate. But I'm just going to put this out here just for rhetoric. I believe the minimum for the US is going to be 262, and the maximum is going to be at 379. Regardless, guys, I do the math and I say it's kind of a 15.
Standard display name said they'd also probably say something like their religion isn't true, therefore them dying doesn't count. Well, that's a tautology based on the discussion we're having. Like, I could literally say that about their belief then, and I would point that out.
One situation, and that really leads me to a 5-digit scenario in terms of what the stock's worth.
Wow.
Whether we're 5 billion or 7 billion, whatever the number is going to be for the short position, it's astronomical. This thing is being shorted into the ground, and
no, it's not anymore. It's canceled. It doesn't exist. No one has any shares.
I'm going to go with the 262 as the outstanding number here. I could be.
Fun fact, right now, I own the same number of shares as all of these people combined in Bed Bath & Beyond. Chitara says nobody has died for Paul because the main man would never ask that of his followers. True.
Wrong. Not financial advice, but just some of the numbers I've been working with Spidey on and stuff like that.
You mean the float, right? Not the outstanding.
What's that?
You mean the float, not the outstanding.
The float, sorry,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay, really quickly on that though, like the March 30th S3 offering, there are two things that I think are pretty indefensible. One is that the company said on several occasions they were doing an equity offering for the sole purpose of closing the ABO. And I think what we're seeing very clearly is JP Morgan acting in power with the poison pill they signed in 2021 with Mark Tritton. I don't know how there's any interpretation that JP Morgan might have been a bad guy if they didn't do what they did in April, which is force dilution. The second bit is that we came off of Reg Show on April 3rd, which was exactly.
I've drank about a quarter of a bottle of Remy XO. Good to see you guys.
Hell yeah.
Good. Throw it fucking back. Enjoy it. Dominic with the 10. If an insider buys or sells.
They say the original 12 actually witnessed Jesus dying and rising, whereas other religions such as Islam with Muhammad did not witness it themselves. Therefore, they knew for a fact if they were dying for the truth or a lie. Yeah, that's a stretch. That implies that no one has ever been victimized by a cult, or people just aren't wrong sometimes. It also assumes that the depiction of the disciples and the stories in the Bible are 100% historically accurate. It's based on a lot of assumptions. Logart says, not a derail, but I got a manga today, Rooster Fighter, it's wild. I have only ever read Junji Ito manga.
Less than 10K. don't technically have a report on the quarterly end of the fiscal year Form 5 to correct the discrepancy in reporting today, tech and of Bed Bath fiscal year curveball. All right, right on, man. Appreciate the love there. We also got a 5 here
we
from.
did really quickly.
Real quick, why so serious with the 5? How is one bringing up the fact they announced Tupac's killer? Dave Chappelle was right. Synchronicity. David's brain is super wrinkly. I love it. Go ahead, David. Take it away.
No, I was just letting Sal know that yes, we had accounted for that, and I saw Jake wanted to speak on the topic, so I'm gonna let him take over.
Sure.
Now.
Yeah. Jake was dancing. Oh yeah, touch fingers there. They're right on.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I think between so the docket that dropped the other day from Alvarez and Marshall, it contained they're representing the unsecured creditors, and they were looking into the buybacks from 2019-20.
Because you see the shareholder language that I discussed when I came on, plus you see the section 16 claims that I discussed when I came on. Those are regarding equity, right? So there will be equity in a new company. Now
No, there won't be. There's no new company. You get nothing.
It's a matter of, will there be an amendment to offer this new equity to legacy shareholders in a preservation, right?
Literally, they can't legally. There are people above you in line. If any extra liquidity was found, it would have to go to the other people above you that didn't get paid.
Exchange.
Right.
And I believe that there will be, because you're also discussing the NOL, right? So so like I said, whether it's uploaded tonight by midnight, I don't know, because again,
AJ even says that it's going to come tonight, so I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people speculating tonight, so maybe maybe not. We'll see. Yeah.
Well, maybe it'll come on. It'll come on at 11:59. Who knows?
Right.
But anyway, I gotta go to bed. So
all right,
thank
Jake.
you for having me. I appreciate everybody.
Sure.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for the chat, for all your wonderful comments.
Right
it was
on.
nice to see everybody. And yeah, I really appreciate everyone's company. So
all
thank
right.
you.
Right on. You heard it from Jake. Yep. Go ahead, David.
Well, you're going to bed 19 minutes before it's due?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay.
That's Zen.
I know it's coming.
Jake with the blue balls, man.
I love this guy.
All right, Jake.
I think this is the first time I've seen you on the PP show, man. So it's good.
to go.
Yeah, if it drops,
Right
I'm
on.
back on in 20 minutes.
Yeah, sounds good. Jake. Yeah, Jake, we loved having you. Chat, let's get some love for Jake on his way out. Jake is Zen. He really is. All right, Jake, take care, man. Appreciate having
Thank you, guys.
All right, take care, man.
If I could just add to that.
Yes. Real quick, Michael, if you don't mind, Travis actually has to get going, so he's going to go ahead and close out real quick. Travis, close out, and then, we'd love to hear what you have to add, Michael, and then Carter, if you want to add something after. JJ with the 5, Jake 2B will be the People Magazine Sexiest Man of 2024. Thank you for everything, Jake 2B. I agree, man. Good looking guy. Let's hear it, Travis, on your way out.
No, I want to hear Michael, then I'll close out, because I just want to touch on tinfoil real quick, do a little rant, and then I got to bounce out.
You can do that first. Go for it. Go for it. I mean,
are you sure?
Yeah, no rush.
I don't want to step on toes or anything.
Oh,
so.
no.
All right. So, while we were there, Michael knows, PP knows, ABC knows. I mean, we're in the middle of this. We're all enthralled. I'm handling audio. I'm making sure everybody's good. I'm making sure you sound good. The microphones are placed okay so everybody can hear you. I mean, I'm in the middle of this. I don't see what's going on. Then after the stream, I hear all this tinfoil. He did this. He did this. He did this. And I'm like, I didn't really see it that way when I was there. And I went back and watched the stream. And I got to watch it yesterday. And I was hoping for a show yesterday, and PP, I understand that, Mrs. PP needed some PP time.
Everybody loves PP.
What does PP's wife think of all of this? I'm so confused, because all of a sudden, her husband has this online show where he's soliciting donations for not stock advice, wink wink, and then all of a sudden, he gets invited by some random rich guy he's never met before to go to Florida, where he then helps solicit $20,000 in donations. I know I keep bringing up the $20,000, but it's just so bizarre.
And then you needed some PP time.
Definitely, yeah, that's for sure.
And which one? I don't know. But hey, let's have fun with it. But I went back and watched it yesterday, and I was like, either this guy was trolling the hell out of us and we didn't notice it, or he's the greatest troll that ever existed, and
Maybe you're just reading into nonsense. Maybe he just wanted fucking ice cream and burgers like a human being.
we're all regarded. He gets the ice cream 1 hour 47 minutes.
God, that's the
All right,
biggest thing for
coincidence?
me. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Coincidence? Maybe.
Yeah, he just likes
it was
ice cream.
after the fact.
Virtually everyone likes ice cream. It's a delicious frosty treat.
It was after the fact, because I went in to grab some water.
This is like when fucking Pizzagate people see pizza somewhere and they're like, oh my god, pizza. And it's like, yep, it's one of the most popular foods in the world. Yep, certainly in this fucking country. Yep, it's gonna show up.
And I noticed the only thing in the fridge was Gatorade, water, Diet Coke. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, this is his office. I don't expect a lot.
Sure.
I got curious.
What'd you do,
the
man?
freezer.
We're
I
beer
opened the
stalkers.
freezer.
Went into his
the
freezer.
only thing in there, and this was after the fact, when he put the ice cream away, the only thing in the freezer was the ice cream.
So he...
Okay, so the only thing he had in an office freezer was ice cream. That kind of makes sense to me. Like, I get things you would bring to the office and put in a fridge, you know, maybe some drinks, some tea, if you made, like, a big pitcher of tea or something, lunches, whatever. How many people are bringing frozen... Why would he have some other stuff in his freezer? Like, he's a millionaire. I don't think he's buying frozen meals. He probably just orders food if he wants something quick. Like, You're using the fact that he had ice cream in a freezer as some sort of evidence for something when in reality he just likes ice cream, which most people do.
Plan to have ice cream that day.
Well, and I don't know, but then I went back and looked at the stream, and he said, and I quote, well, I had ordered this. Go back and look. Go back and listen.
He ordered ice cream. Do you not know you can order ice cream? I've ordered ice cream before from ice cream places around where I live. You can order delivery ice cream. Like, you understand that, right? That's not like a code word. People have ice cream delivered. I've had cookies delivered. Like, what the fuck? You think you can't have things delivered to your house or office? Especially in a city? Like, what? Do you just live in the middle of nowhere where nothing gets delivered, so you don't understand that, yes, people actually have a lot of things delivered in places where people live?
Be very diligent about this. I had ordered...
Literally, in my area on DoorDash, you can order delivery from Spirit fucking Halloween. Why would you need Spirit Halloween stuff delivered? You can deliver it, though.
I remembered I had ordered this. Did he order it for the show? Did he not? Was he playing the tinfoil? Was he not? I don't know. But let's play into it because it gets more fun. Let's dive in.
Is it because it gets more fun? Is that why?
Then further. All right. He then later takes the teddy books.
Yes.
Ryan.
Which he asked what they were because he didn't know what they were, but he talked about Ryan Cohen because he saw Ryan Cohen wrote them because it's on the goddamn cover of the books because he's the author, and that's how books work.
If you're there, we love you. We support you while holding a teddy book as if he's talking to him. As if he's talking to him.
That's crazy.
Oh, no, it gets better. It gets better. 10 minutes later, he's wearing a spacesuit.
Yes, he is, and he's not wearing one with Kaz in one either.
No,
It
he won't
it
wear one.
freaks him out.
Because he can't say. He can't say going to the moon. He can't say a specific
Right,
stock.
yeah.
But he's wearing a spacesuit.
Yeah, that was
and
interesting.
And then a little bit later, no, we don't have to end the stream. We got all night. Let's go.
That was at 6:45. That was at 6:45.
You know what? I'm done. It's 7:14.
And he's out.
Come
He's out
on.
at 7:14.
Man, it's almost like he was... I don't even... To me, in my opinion, this isn't any statement of fact. To me, the vibe was just that he was someone who was either quite unstable and just, like, had very manic, weird, erratic behavior, or he was someone who was having ups and downs from drug use. Again, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying, like... Could be, in my opinion, it would fit that.
14.
He's out. He's done. He's done.
Mrs. ABC was watching Bill all night. People were like, "Why wasn't Mrs. ABC on the show?" We tried. We asked her. She didn't want to come on. So, and yeah, if she doesn't want to come on the screen, that's fine. You know, she got to meet Bill. She got to talk with him, stuff like that. So, people were like, Mrs. ABC wasn't on the stream. She didn't want to be. She was sitting comfortably backstage. And again, she was like keeping an eye on Bill, and she confirmed too. She was like, something was weird about all that.
Yeah, you think? He's a weird fucking guy. G-Tara says, I can't understand this line of thinking. Every little thing he does is considered by these guys as some sort of high IQ or 4D chess move. He could say, excuse me, I'm going to take a shit, and these guys will go, oh, dudes, look, he got up to take a shit at 1:45 in that video. Coincidence? I think not. He's probably hinting at another run that the new value of the new company will be $145. I'm feeling bullish, bros. I think you nailed that. That sounded exactly like them. Hydrate. I can do that.
Like, you know, again, it was real. It was such fucking tinfoil, man. I mean,
yeah,
but it was enough to confirm it for me. You know, like in tinfoil. JF with the 5. David, can you recommend a Pinot Grigio? Or
Pinot Grigio. Grigio. Pinot Grigio? God damn it.
Or your Grigio, or your favorite wine in general. Answer that in just a moment, David, and also Matilda.
Maybe he was just thinking of a wine brand that Richard Grieco has.
With the 2.
You don't know.
Is my favorite televangelist.
Celebrity alcohol is so hot right now.
All right, right on. Appreciate that. Go ahead.
I'm not done.
Go ahead.
I know there were some questions, and I want to clear up some questions that I saw on Twitter today.
Sure.
Yes, we did have true plane malfunctions. We did have to make an emergency landing back at Roca.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
After we depressurized as we slowly descended, and then we made.
It's a grape type, not a brand. I'm aware. I was making a pun about Richard Grieco. Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio. I'm wasted.
An emergency landing.
I'm wasted on you guys. That's what I mean.
But we got a new.
That made it sound like I was drunk.
Plane a few hours later. It was smaller, so the fuel tank couldn't make it to SpaceX where we wanted to go. So we ended up in Brownsville. Our original plan was Brownsville and then Austin.
Mm-hmm.
So we just went to Austin where
So
Bill
the
already
Pokemon Greco. I'm not even familiar.
Meeting. On the way there, he rescheduled his meeting for the next day, which was Thursday. That's why you see him posting on Thursday. Unfortunately, I had to get back to work. PP had to get back to where he needed to be, and of course I'm not going to disclose that. And so, yeah, we couldn't make it to SpaceX, but like Bill was trying to get us there.
He really was. He was trying.
He wanted us.
That's why he was the one, and his brother were the ones that brought up pressure.
Front of the rockets, as if like he was.
The pilots wouldn't do it. They were like, no.
No, we just didn't have the fuel. I get it, and I know Control Chaos is like, nah, just glide for.
Fuck that, dude. I don't know if that's a good idea.
But the for those 2.5 hours on the flight, the one thing that I learned about Bill is he moves with purpose.
Yes.
He is a businessman through and through. I got to observe him. You're sitting next to him, and I get to look at him. And while you're talking to him and he's looking out the window, I get to see his nonverbal communication.
This is creepy.
Yeah.
No, I'm
we had him like
man.
this, man. Like I was on this side, you were on that side. We're honing in, man.
And
There's nowhere to hide.
He gets to look away. He gets to look away from you, and I get to see everything.
Right.
Like
He's not signaling anything to you secretly. He's grifting you, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
No, but like he communicates a lot non-verbally, but he is a man of action.
I think so.
A very, very genuine person. Yeah. Like he took some time to get to know me personally and my history, my background, who I am, my story. I did this.
Yes, people who want to ingratiate themselves to you will often feign interest in your life because people like to talk about themselves. That's like basic bitch business book stuff, like how to win friends and influence people shit. Show an interest in someone and they'll like you more. That's like a basic, like, tenet of, like, being personable. And if you want to manipulate people, it's also a step in doing that.
Same with
Right.
him. He is a very, very genuine, great guy. And I want to say, like, at the end of the day, like, he's a man of action, a man of business.
What business are you saying he's done that's successful? Like, what successful business are you saying that he's done? He is a man of business. A man of business, that businessman. He does business. Business.
He does seems to have intentions. And then when I looked back at the video, after our flight, I was like, yo, this guy. I mean, I don't even know if this is tinfoil. Like he's doing this intentionally. He has to be. He has to be.
He just wanted to have ice cream with his biggest fan, man. You know, I don't.
Unironically, yes. He wanted to eat ice cream while getting attention from sycophants. Well, maybe on drugs. Speculative. That's it. It's not a big mystery. He wanted to maybe get high and hang out with people who would suck his ego. Black's Law Dictionary, Rageology. What do you want me to look up?
I don't think anything's weird about that.
An hour 47.
He just happened to want ice cream, man. He was hungry. The biggest.
Clearly, he also ate a burger, and you guys got Chick-fil-A. Maybe he just likes food. Charlatan? Okay. Didn't we look this up recently? I'll try.
The biggest thing for me, too, is like, he wanted that.
Would I eat ice cream with my biggest fans if I had dairy aid?
Opportunity.
If not, I am gonna suffer later.
To get those cheeseburgers, right? Like, because we traveled with them too, so it's like we could have had cheeseburgers at any point in time.
Yeah, and then you did have them at some point, and you're ascribing significance to the time, which is irrelevant. Charlatan.
So it's like he wanted that night to have the cheeseburgers. So we called the cheeseburgers. We get them from Five Guys. And sure enough, I mean, it's wrapped in foil, and maybe it's not a nothing burger, right? That's like,
again, Five Guys burgers are always wrapped in tinfoil. That's just the way that they wrap their burgers.
like a common like thing, you know. He got his burger, so again, I mean, it's tinfoil. I don't know. Again,
I don't know. I will say this, like, from what I've learned from him, like, he truly is a genuine person. He wants to see the show succeed. As far as him being a businessman and a person of, he moves with purpose.
What the fuck does that even mean?
So I recommend everybody go back and watch the stream and look for the little things that
Charlatan, one who pretends to have more knowledge or skill than he possesses, a quack, a faker. Yeah, we did that one recently.
Maybe we didn't pick up on. I mean, yeah, he held up the teddy books. He's like, come on, you know.
He did.
Look for the.
But Hannah, why did he choose those specific burgers? If you had Five Guys, you wouldn't be asking that question.
Look for the other
They're delicious. Overpriced, but they're delicious.
little things that are a little bit more subtle, because I think we're missing something here. I think he's trying to tell us something, and I think that we could really find this out. I don't know what he's trying to tell us, but
what if he's trying to tell you nothing? Because he has said that multiple times. He has directly said he has no special knowledge of anything. Fenigami says, it's amazing how there are so many people realizing that rich doesn't equal smart thanks to the college entrance scandal. Donald Trump and Elon's Twitter shit, but there are still blatantly brainwashed people like these guys who don't get it. It's pretty wild. The indoctrination in the States especially goes pretty deep in terms of this, like, idea that, oh, if you're rich, you must have earned it. So if you're rich, you have to be smart. Rich people got there because clearly we live in a meritocracy where, you know, no one is unjustifiably enriched and no one is unjustifiably poor. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I've never seen a person be so assertive in their actions, and a person who, listen, when we were with him, when Bill talked, everybody listened.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Yeah, because you're all sycophants. Of course they all listened. You're all obsessed with him.
Everybody listened. Like, he has that charisma of, I'm doing this with intention. Listen to me. I don't know. I have a feeling there's more here. And I think we need to explore it more, and I encourage everybody to go rewatch the stream and find the little.
I agree 100% with what Travis is saying.
I don't think he would think it that far, first name bunch of numbers. I just think he wanted a burger.
But the little things.
Maybe I'm wrong,
and with that, unfortunately, I have to sign off. I have some two boys that are 8 and 6 that are arguing with
No
each
worries,
other,
man.
and got to go take care of some
Sure.
business. So.
All right. You heard it from Travis. Chat. Let's get some love for Travis on his way out. Travis, appreciate you sharing that tinfoil with us tonight. Enjoy the rest of the night, man. Peace.
Y'all have a good night.
Short hedge fund, butt rammer with the 420. Appreciate the love. 100% Bill. No shit. The ice cream was obvious. Yeah, the ice cream was pretty dead on.
It's ice cream.
Michael, go ahead and take it away for us. Then we'll move it on. We'll move on to Realize here. If Realize wants to add something, someone said Real hasn't talked in an hour. All right, we'll give Real the mic. We'll let him spit a little bit. Michael, real quick, let's hear it. And then right after Real, we'll take it to Sal. Or I'm sorry, Sal needed to get going. So real quick, Sal,
Yeah,
go ahead and
go
jump.
for it, Sal.
Yeah, go ahead, real quick, Sal.
The stock has been canceled, yes. It won't probably take effect until Monday because the markets and stuff are closed, but legally speaking, the paperwork has been filed. It was canceled yesterday.
Okay, thanks for that, PP. Yeah. Obviously, great to see you guys. You all really are like the Avengers of this community.
No. Polte, the guy who was on a stream with them, is not the same as the Ryan Cohen guy. Polte is obsessed with Ryan Cohen in the same way these guys are obsessed with Polte and Cohen. So I've described it as a human centipede of people, like, being obsessed with people richer than them. And on top of that, RC, Ryan, is obsessed with Elon Musk. So it's just sycophantic tech bros all the way down.
Thank you.
Fin bros, I should say.
Very much for your hard work and research.
Right
and helping share unwavering conviction to other researchers.
Mm-hmm.
And just for everyone listening, in a merger or acquisition, it is common for the acquiring company to cancel the shares of the target company. And this is just to simplify the ownership structure and align the interests of both companies. And at the end of the day, we want successor shares issued by a successor entity.
There's no successor entity. You get nothing.
This company, they've dropped a load of S8s exactly at market close today. They're moving on time, they're moving fast, and it's strategic with what we want, and it's with purpose, and it's very exciting. I think this is going to be a very long weekend for short sellers, because every time something new drops, they're going to be absolutely...
Short sellers won. They weren't the reason Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt, why it went to liquidation, but it did. It's closed.
Really panicking. And so I'm going to put a link in the private chat just to the 8K. I've just sent it to you now. PP, if you can open it up. So I'll just start reading it anyway, just while you load it up. So item 5.03, on September the 21st, 2023, the company filed with the New York Secretary of State a certificate of amendment to the company's amended and restated certificate of incorporation to change the company's name from Bed Bath & Beyond Inc. to 2023-0930 DK Butterfly 1 Inc. The name change was implemented by the company pursuant to the confirmation order entered by the bankruptcy court. So this name change has happened on the 21st.
Can you get the AK up?
Holy shit. The guy on the... oh, boy. Is he gonna drink that whole fucking bottle of wine? Oh, my God. He emptied the decanter. Holy balls. All right, then. Hope he's drinking water. Jesus.
It's not working on my end here.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Sal.
No worries, that's fine. It's just so people watching can read along. So section 5.03. So this name change was
that is a healthy pour of wine. That's a shame.
On the 21st of September, and this new entity has been
Hydrate.
registered by David.
I'm absolutely not making fun of it, by the way. I'm just concerned for the guy because, as many of you know, I am a recovered alcoholic. So.
And obviously the date is for tomorrow. And this is despite David Castin announcing his departure from Bed Bath & Beyond yesterday on LinkedIn.
So yeah. So what do you think about that in general? Because he did
looks like
say
it's a vehicle for me, and it looks like they're using this company as a vehicle, perhaps to issue the restricted stock awards to existing directors.
Sure.
So if we go to 5.02, if you just scroll up, and there's a list of the departure of directors and certain officers there. Patty Wu is not in that list. I just want to give credit to Spidey for pointing this out during the space call.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think, why is
Did
Patty
she
Wu
already
not in
leave?
this list? And Holly Etlin, as she's acting as current CEO, she's not in there either. So obviously they're going to be...
There's no more CEO. The plan, when it goes into effect, which it has, all of them are no longer working for Bed Bath & Beyond. or whatever it's called now. 2023 929 DK Butterfly 1. Whatever the fuck. Only one person works for them, and it's the person who's basically the manager of the wind down. No one else works for them as of yesterday. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if some other people maybe get called from time to time, or like, hey, do you know where this filing is? Like, what's the deal with this piece of paperwork? What does this mean? But like, their job is done. The company's done.
This new entity that's going to be coming up, because they haven't
So
been.
these names right here are going to be a part of the new entity, is what you're saying.
Look at top. It says departure of directors.
I see the
are all
departure.
gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone's gone on that list.
Right.
Holly Eklund is not there as current CEO, and Patty Wu is not there, the current CEO of Bye Bye Baby.
She already left. She left a while back. Wasn't that like a big thing on LinkedIn? Because she did a whole thing where I think she actually got hired by the company that bought the Bye Bye Baby brand. So she moved over there because they're going to try and rebuild it as its own thing. These guys have nothing to do with that, though, because, again, the brand was sold. Eric RPG, thanks for 24 months. 2 years. Wow. How goes the delusion harvest this season? The harvest is bountiful and depressing.
Interesting. Jake just dropped back in. What's going on, Jake?
Salvatore, that's an amazing find, but you missed the most important piece.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
This name change was implemented by the company. Oh, hold on, I'm lagging.
Oh, you're good. Oh, sorry.
I like how you went to sleep and you were just watching like a pervert.
Yeah, we're talking about BWY, Bed Bath, which no longer exists. At least not the one they're involved in. Overstock bought
The most important piece here is that the DK Butterfly Inc., this name change was implemented by the company pursuant to the confirmation order. That's not in the confirmation order that's on Kroll.
He's right,
Yeah.
So there is another confirmation order with the court.
Oh,
this is
I'm
fucking
slow.
nuts,
I just
man.
got it.
Yeah, they still think they're going to be at least millionaires.
Yeah. I mean, it's a simple but overlooked detail that just
great find.
Yeah. Well
Even
done, Jake.
compounded better.
This is why we are Batman and Batman.
What's interesting too is that
At least it's not Spider-Man, right?
you have 4 business days to file an 8K after
See you, Jake.
change like this.
I mean, it's fucking interesting for sure. Again, what the actual fuck's happening with the stock? I mean, again, it's probably gonna be either or. It's gonna be a credit bid or it's gonna be a debt for equity.
It's done. It's canceled. You have no shares. They're gone. It's over. You lose.
We're definitely going to get new equity.
Game over, man. Game over. You've seen the movie.
In my opinion. So,
yeah.
Docket 2310 dropped today, just before market close. And me and Jake have said the other day we were discussing it, and we said we think the Kirkland Ellis fees will drop either market close or very close to it.
Yeah.
We think that the amended plan will drop next, and then the 10K, and then an S1 or an S4. So Docket 2310 was Kirkland Ellis fees today. Jake went through it earlier. There are multiple mentions of an AST instruction letter. No conversations in regard.
Sorry, I'm obsessively checking for when Folding Ideas' new video comes out. I've been waiting for it for months. It's about this topic, and you guys know I'm obsessed with this.
No preservation and share issuance. And the nulls are just too much of an underlying value to this company.
The nulls do not have value.
Possible tin for you.
I love the blockbuster tin, man. Real appreciate having you on the show, man. Again, we appreciate you tuning in, jumping on here, and giving us your opinion. So
it dropped. I literally just looked. Did it just happen? That's hilarious. No, I'm still not getting it. Liar. Unless it just hasn't shown up for me yet. Sometimes regionally it takes a while on YouTube.
With that being said, man, if there's anything else you want to close out on.
Oh, you mean the stock? Yeah.
If that's it, I
mean, the stock is like, I don't even know. What did it end on? Let me check. I think it was like 7 cents. Round up to 8. We'll give them 8. Ended at 8 cents.
wish you well, and let's get some love for Realize, unless he wants to add anything else on the way out.
Just stay in Uber Bowl, like always.
All right.
Thanks for the injection, guys.
Cool. Right on. There you go. There's some fucking opium tonight. All right. Take care, Real.
Bye, guys.
Later, bud.
Let's get some love for Real in this way.
Definitely subscribe to Dan. There's a link pinned in chat. If you've never seen any of his videos before, I would recommend Line Goes Up, The Problem with NFTs, The Future is a Dead Mall, which is his metaverse video. Finding Flat Earth is really good. In Search of Flat Earth. I always get the name wrong. But those are the ones I'd recommend first. Then, if you like him, which you should, he's great, go back and watch some of his earlier stuff. Or whatever interests you. He's got a lot of content.
Way out, fellas. All right, let's go ahead and take it to Michael. Michael, you just been sitting over there looking pretty tonight. What's on your fucking mind, man? Let's hear it.
Well, first off, when someone mentioned
the video he published yesterday, the patrons had an error apparently. Yeah, he told me.
Pulte, it reminded.
I guess I didn't know the specifics, but he told me that he was like, "This is gonna take 6 times longer than I thought," and then I was like, "That sucks."
Me of an interaction I had in a Twitter space with someone.
For anyone who's never rendered videos, it's not a fun experience because it takes forever, and then you look at it and you're like, oh my god, here's 3 stupid things that are wrong that didn't render correctly, or I misplaced on the timeline, or forgot to delete, or it's in the wrong layer, and now I gotta go back in and fix it. It's a pain in the ass.
And they were kind of saying, like, I don't know, basically being kind of ungrateful for the whole Pulte experience thing.
Sure.
And, you know, I kind of want to repeat what they said, but my answer was that, you know, one, you know, Pulte he doesn't own Pulte Homes, right? So when he was talking about Pulte Homes, it's just the same way that Larry Chang or Ryan Cohen or
wow, impressive that he happened to bring up his own family's company just randomly instead of any other company.
One else, they don't like overpaid execs. If we would have brought up any other company and talked about an overpaid exec,
but you didn't. You talked about his family's company, and he's salty that he's not in charge of it. So that's why he doesn't like the quote overpaid CEO, because he would prefer to be the overpaid CEO.
Have been just as passionate about like not liking that, right? So,
sure.
You know, I just putting that, you know,
it's 2 hours 41 minutes, so rendering takes a bit. Oh my god, is it really that long? As PP would say, my tits are jacked.
People need to put that into context. Also, the fact that
oh my, someone in the chat says someone is fucking a piece of styrofoam. What the fuck is that sound, man? There's like a sound. Holy shit, I couldn't get to that in. Oh my god. Someone is fucking a piece of styrofoam. It does sound like that, man. It does. Sorry about that, Michael.
Who's the wine guy? David Simpson. He's one of the DD writers.
Go ahead.
I know what that sounds.
Or he's been on here before at least.
Like, you know.
Holy fuck, man. All right, go ahead. Sorry about that.
But also because they were saying like, well, how would he even be involved in Bed Bath & Beyond anyway, because he couldn't be. And the thing is that he can totally be a silent partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
That someone can just say, hey, you know, he's like, hey, I like Ryan Cohen, and someone can be like, hey, Ryan Cohen is starting a business. Do you want to be a shareholder, a silent shareholder, right? And it's like, yeah, I support whatever Ryan Cohen says. And so if he becomes a silent shareholder in something like Teddy, he knows nothing except for this, that Ryan Cohen's involved. So then he can go ahead and interact with us without having to, you know.
Again, you're describing, if not insider trading, some really shady shit.
There was actually on Twitter.
All right, let's take a look at it. And also, Drew Blake with the Jacked PP membership. Holy fuck, Drew Blake. Appreciate your support.
That's legit more enthusiasm than he gave when someone gave him $500. What a strange character.
All right, what do you have for us, Michael? Let's see it.
Well, first off, if anyone saw the RC Corey one, Float Like a Butterfly, Sting Like a Bee, that he did 4 hours ago, that's amazing and super bullish.
Is it amazing? He literally just posted a generic image of Muhammad Ali that said GOAT, greatest of all time, which is he was referred to as the greatest, you know, at the time. It's a generic inspirational thing. It's a generic, ooh, sports, famous sports guy thing. It has nothing to do with you.
But Jake and I both kind of actually highlighted different parts of the same part of the AK. And I have to thank Doug Sifu's intern for tagging me in their post about the same thing. But if you look at the qualifiers for each of the things, and first off, just focusing on the fact that it says the material modification to the rights of security holders, not like the complete obliteration.
Yes, cancellation is a form of modification. Oh.
Or deletion.
A cancellation is a modification, but not all modifications are cancellations. In this case it is, though.
It's just a modification. And what is it modifying?
It's just a slight modification. Freddy Krueger made a slight modification to where Johnny Depp's blood was.
Well, specifically anything, related to rights to receive or purchase shares of common stock, right? So I don't know if that would be, Mark Triton or whoever else. In respect to claims, interest filed, right? So any of these claims, any remaining obligations relating to any indebtedness or obligations of or ownership interest in, and it says and then right here, canceled solely as to the company parties and their affiliates, right?
Yes.
Will not continue, will not have any continuing obligation.
Let's see. The company parties shall be deemed canceled solely as to the company parties and the company parties. Let's see. Wait. Sorry, I skipped a line. Canceled solely as to the company parties and their affiliates, and the company parties will not have any continuing obligation thereunder. The confirmed plan further provides that the obligations of the company parties and their affiliates pursuant, relating or pertaining to any agreements, indentures, certifications of designation, bylaws, or certificate of articles of incorporation or similar documents governing the notes, bonds, indentures, certificates, securities, shares, price rights, options, warrants, collateral agreements, subordinate agreements, intercreditor agreements, or other instruments or documents evidencing or creating any indebtedness or obligation of ownership, interest in the company parties shall be released, settled, and compromised. Literally, it is saying they're reading it on the stream and they don't understand it. It literally says, as of this point, the company and everyone in the company, anyone affiliated with the company itself, has no obligation to any of these groups, including people who have shares. Any contractual obligation, any equity, any value in the shares that you had, any agreement that you had with the company in regard to these shares being a piece of the company is gone. It's extinguished. It's canceled. It's modified to not be a thing anymore. You are reading it. Read it and understand it. Reading comprehension is hard for so many people, and it frustrates me because I'm not perfect. Far from it. I make so many mistakes. I make so many mistakes all the time, and when I get called out for them, I'd like to try to do my best to admit it, because I think that's the honest and integrity in the thing to do if you want to have integrity. No one's going to be right all the time, especially if you talk like I do 3 hours a day. You're going to get stuff wrong, and I apologize when I do. But at the very least, I will listen if I misunderstand something. These people do not. They read this and don't understand the words and what they mean when they are in the order that they have been placed in this contract, in this order, this court order, and instead interpret it to be whatever they want it to because they don't understand the actual meaning. It drives me up a wall. It drives me up such a goddamn wall that there are people out there who apparently are having functional lives, more or less, who are incapable of parsing basic writing in the language that is their first language. It'd be one thing if this was, written in Spanish or something and these guys, just understood Spanish, or vice versa. But no, it's just in English and they still don't fucking get it. Oh, juggle, will do.
Obligations. So everything about what was canceled is just to do with obligations. It's not to...
Yes, they're obligations, as in, everything to do with the shares. Because they don't exist. They have no obligation to you as a shareholder because the shares don't exist anymore. Do you understand what their obligations are vis-a-vis your shares? And why it's important that those obligations have been released?
To do with shareholders. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a modification. It would be something different, right? They would just send us. We would just stay in the graveyard of shares.
That's where you are.
Right.
That was just what I was really excited about.
That's an excellent touch there. Tainted Stain with the $2. Appreciate the love. Love you all. Rock and roll. I am numb. Right on, man. Kevin with the 2. Michael, did you see Blue Apron got acquired? You were actually talking.
Fenekigami says, English was my worst subject in school. Critical analysis is a bit of a struggle for me. I have ADHD. I'm still better at being literate than so many people in this country, and it's depressing. Oh, yeah. I loved English class when I was younger. Like, I liked most classes, honestly. I was weird. I liked, like, I didn't like homework, but I liked class. Like, I like learning things. I find it interesting. In English class, you get to read. I like reading. I like stories. I like narrative, you know? History I liked because, again, history is sort of a narrative we tell about the past, and it has different perspectives and stuff. Psychology's fun. I don't know. It's just, it makes me sad. It makes me sad. It makes me sad.
Talking about that, well, not the acquired part, but you were bringing up Blue Apron at the PP house, man. What do you think about that?
So actually, I think it's really relevant, and it actually got me incredibly bullish because the reason is that, you know, it's part of the basket, and someone was willing to pay a lot to just get it out.
When they say basket, they don't mean my lovely Bed Bath & Beyond basket, which was procured for me by a fan. Thank you again for this lovely little souvenir from our detour into the PP saga.
For the basket, because...
Oh, the basket. The basket is, they think that there is a, quote, basket or group of stocks, Bed Bath & Beyond, GME, Party City, and apparently Blue Apron, that they think are connected in some way and that short sellers are trying to destroy. But they're saying that they think that Blue Apron has been removed from the basket.
Because, you know, they shorted it down. I mean, it had a really high short interest, so that they could buy it at like $13.
But why though? For evil.
And I just think that was the fact. And then Spidey had said something about that JP Morgan, like the address of the person who bought it was the same as like JP Morgan, some other people. And so it just kind of like was very validating that they're scared. And Cardi can attest to this too, how scared Cardi had some Citadel guy like basically begging us to sell our shares. It was so great.
This guy loves Ken. He loves Ken.
Yeah,
he must.
It was weird. It was really weird. It's weird. It's like, because how these people, they kind of...
Oh wow, that guy sounds like he's in a tunnel.
Like these freaking Citadel like people and all these people, and just they sound stupid. And now all I'm doing is just kind of laying out simple facts, kind of like the generic ones,
right?
Because I don't even have like that in-depth knowledge.
They're talking about JP Morgan Chase, the bank. Chase's full name is JP Morgan Chase because they merged.
And still, it just makes them sound stupid. And it's
right.
like, and they're too stupid to even know that, like, they're recording their own session.
Yeah, they don't want to learn, you know, it's really, it comes from a place of like ignorance. Like they don't want to teach themselves. They, you know, probably some form of like also a little bit of like narcissism in there. They don't believe, you know, anyone, you know, but themselves is right. So
projection.
Real quick, yes.
Well, just even like simple questions. Like I was like, well, what is your definition for extinguished? Right. And
okay, cool. Your stock doesn't exist anymore. It has no weight. That's what it means.
I was like, what are you using for, you know, for precedence on that? And then
every other stock getting canceled.
He just like skips over the question. I was like, could you just answer that? Because like that's literally what you named this space, was like the definition of extinguished, right?
Yeah.
And then they don't have it.
Right. So real quick, we have Lancer in here with us tonight. Lancer, can we get a mic test?
Hello.
All right, what's going on, man? So you have some stuff to share with us tonight. Michael, would you mind grabbing the link there in the private chat? He says he has some tinfoil with the butterfly stuff. Supposedly, Lancer here has been connecting the butterfly stuff for months before anybody else figured out. Is that correct, Lance? You have been writing it up. If not, would love for you to share that tonight. Also, we just had someone join backstage. Icon is next. All right, right on. The
There was
teddy
other
books
people.
aside, the coin / ice cream / butterfly next. Next is China, aka Icon. He just said that and left. His name was Icon is next. All right, we'll take it to Lancer, and then Be Kind Rewind with the $5. Calls on styrofoam green dildos. They are guaranteed to pop your cherry. Absolutely. Matilda with the 5. Loved Michael's show. Right on. Glad to hear that. Tainted Stain with the 2. Rod Osman is perpetually 1-inch soft. I believe that for sure, man. All right, take it away, Lancer. What's the DD? Yeah, let's hear it.
I've been so excited all day to talk about this. I didn't think it was actually going to happen.
What's up with the dildo stuff? I think they started calling stock candles dildos at some point because they're like 12 years old, and then it just became a thing.
It was months ago. There was something that led me to a bunch of like butterfly type DD, and if you want to click the image, Michael, to like expand it, I don't know. Can you just like click it to slide them over? Yeah, there you go. So if no one's aware, the butterfly effect is the effect that butterfly. It's it relates to like a Chinese proverb that the wings of a butterfly, the flapping of the wings, will create.
Is that true? Does the sound of thunder get its premise from that, or is he making up the Chinese proverb thing? Because I'm familiar with that concept from the science fiction short story, The Sound of Thunder.
Enough air pressure or wind to create a typhoon. So the smallest things will create the biggest problems, the biggest consequences in life. And that's what I've attributed this play to the whole time, ever since I got into it in April. And the only reason I got into it was like, I've been in the markets for 3 years, and I always said, I'm like, if there's ever a chance that one of these stocks goes into bankruptcy, I'm going to jump right on that sucker. And
that seems like a dumb decision.
And this happened to be the one, and like with everything going on behind it, I knew it right from the beginning. I'm like, yep, I gotta get in there. And so I've been here since then.
Gnome Pickle says, I hear these people and have the image of a collection of 13-year-old boys horsing around, and then I see them and they look like the most divorced dad who has ever been divorced.
And months ago, like, I would do you can go through my Reddit history.
What's a candlestick chart? I'll show you. A candlestick chart is when you look at, like, have you ever seen stock things, these candles? Red means the price is moving down, green is up. So when they say green dildo, they're alluding to the stock price going up. It's a raunchy, dumb version of basically to the moon.
If anyone wants to, but
yes.
I did like random like tinfoil stuff, and I've been kind of like in the community here and there.
Yeah.
I made a bunch of like tinfoil posts.
Someone said the dildo effect. I agree. Definitely. Real quick, Dominic with the 10. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. That's a Nikola Tesla quote. Beautiful.
True.
We also got $20 from Drew.
Thank you, Starry Night. Apparently it's a real thing. Cool beans. Sound of Thunder must have gotten it from that.
Appreciate the love, Drew.
And then extrapolated on it in a literal story sense.
PP, can we, me and my girl, get a dildo slap to Selly? Absolutely, man. This is for you and your girl, man. Enjoy the mushroom stand. There you go. How'd it taste? Let me know. All right, let's go ahead and take it to Lancer. And then again, after Lancer, UCopy is backstage. He's not sharing any TA tonight, but he did say that there is a connection with Butterfly and also Mark Cuban, which I would like to hear his opinion. So he will be up after Lancer. But again, it won't be any TA. It will just be a little bit of DD.
Had that ever
Yes,
since I got
fucking
it.
butterflies.
Fucking mine. What's going on?
So for me, the Project Butterfly is that this entire, just like, you know, Carl Icahn with IEP and Newell, you had Project Phoenix, everything's coded with the project name. And so for us to see this,
It's literally the email that they chose because it's related to the name of the company. Well, company. On paper, company.
Agree with you, ABC. Ewee Williams with the 2. Sup, Pete the Don't Knowles and Roach the Chokes. Adios. All right, right on. Appreciate the 2. We also got a 279 from James Blakey.
Of this stuff, but
oh look, it's the chart for bubbles.
There was tulips in the picture frame, and there was also a teddy bear.
It's very strange to me that they'll look at stuff like this chart and not understand that they were part of a bubble. They were part of one. Ryan Cohen's alleged pump and dump. Like, they've been part of multiple bubbles if they were in GME too.
They're in the attic and all that crazy.
Can I add a dildo slap stinger so I can see if it's funny when other streamers do it? You know, I'd rather not.
These stuff. But yeah, I'm blanking. But yeah,
Wait, okay. Yeah.
Yep. No, you go.
All right, we're on the next page here. So, so just to get this right, that last page you were basically showing that they were setting bear traps on fucking tulips in the 1600s.
Go back to it. That's the.
We're getting
echo.
Good night, man. We'll see you later. Peace. All right, you heard it from Lancer. All right, we're about to bring in UCopy. Again, no TA tonight. We are going to go over Mark Cuban. Apparently, there's a connection via Butterfly, which we should take a look at. Let's see if what UCopy found. Ace Ventura with the 10. We've been trying to reach you regarding your vehicle's extended warranty. Right on.
Gotcha. Thanks, bro, huh? I didn't actually read the link. Apparently, it is not a thing. So there you go.
Appreciate the love there, Ace. Stubbs with the $2. Carl Icahn needs the Knowles to offset selling his stakes. That's not a bad fucking. That's not that bad idea. I think we lost David Simpson as well at one point. I didn't even see David Simpson leave. I'm gonna take off here in a second. My bad, David. I guess Lancer here was just going over some DD here. So, David, we'd love to have you on the show. All right, let's go ahead and bring in UCopy as well. Let's see what's going on. We'll also bring in Rad Dad too, and let's take a look. And also, some of the guys are checking out some of those dockets. We'll see if we have anything. Have you guys stumbled upon anything in those dockets yet, or what?
Yes.
Okay, so what?
So this credit to this guy, Tufel.
The person they're citing has a Punisher skull logo. Oh boy.
But and then in addition, maybe a consolidated retail arm that could include restaurants, that sort of thing. And then member companies that support these other companies, right? So there's a share exchange between the bank and all the member companies and all the core companies, and then any companies that have joint partnerships, which is what makes this Mexico.
Why do they have so many people on stream? Who are they? Why do they matter? What qualifications does each guest have? Oh, they're just random people who hold the stock. None of these people have any expertise. None of these people have a background in finance or stocks or anything. They're just random meme stock people.
A little bit interesting to me right now, but
yeah,
you can enter these joint partnerships and have the synergistic properties.
Dave, D-A-V-E, Dave. So Mark Cuban, Dave.
First impression to the customer, right? This is a very customer centric. I mean, RC is so customer centric. Well, imagine just coming out with baby products and dog food and a couple other things. All the customers would land online and go, okay, well, they sell dog food, baby stuff. That's about it, you know?
Yeah, right.
But you've seen the trademarks. It's coming. They're covering almost every vertical. They're also international trademarks in the Europe, in the UK. It's worldwide. And what you do is you bring people especially short shorted companies that have been buried into either bankruptcy or in the expert market,
Right.
and you come to them and say, hey, this is what we're building, this is what we'd like to do, we'd like you to invest into it and be part of this platform, and we'll create something called relational synergy, where it's a win-win for you. You'll be able to promote your product.
Anytime ABC talks, it feels like someone who like regularly Googles like how to do business, and then they find generic random sites that explain basic bullshit business concepts, and then he like quotes them or uses the basic concepts, or like someone who took one business class and they try to apply things that they learned in that class to everything in a very black and white way. It's like he's trying to look like he has expertise, but you can tell he doesn't based on how generic the things he's saying is. Shannon Cranky Pants, thanks for 11 months.
Take a little bit of a slice and everybody shares. It's almost like a Berkshire Hathaway type of thing, or as Famous says. And that's really what you're starting to see is a little bit of nuggets here. And I believe this is really just the beginning of it. I think we're going to see something called a launch stack. And what that means is you're going to see initially a baby be spun off. I think you're going to see quite a few companies out there that we all recognize the brand names. And it's going to be simply amazing for both
like Blockbuster. Everyone loves Blockbuster.
Customer out there and anybody that believes in Ryan Cohen, Carl Icahn, and a bunch of other big players out there.
Yeah. Beautifully said. Lance with the $5. Thanks for having me. Michael did amazing in Rod's space today. Glad I was able to plant him. Haha, 10-4 over and out.
To be here in this family of friends, and as always, you know that I love you very genuinely. I'll leave you with this. I read this quote recently. It says, guy says this a long time ago, and it applies today, I think, more than ever. Love is not affectionate feeling, but the steady wish for the loved person's ultimate good as far as it can be obtained. So when I say that I love you, this is what I mean. I wish for your ultimate good for all of you.
Is this guy on mushrooms like right this second?
To be obtained as far as it can. C.S. Lewis said that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I'll leave you with that. I love you all so very much. Again,
that's
Chad,
beautiful.
Chad, I thank you so much. PB, I love you, man.
Love you too, buddy. I hope you got that fucking internet paid finally.
Dude, it paid, and there's enough.
He's
left
coming
for
in
next
clear
month,
tonight.
So,
good.
Say again?
I said you're coming in clear tonight.
Yeah, well, they're probably a lot happier with me than they got money.
Good.
They're giving me that extra bandwidth.
Dude, everybody
Right
loves
on.
a tinfoil guru. Everybody in chat.
Yeah, we love you here, man. So
I speak for chat. We love you.
Well, I feel it. I appreciate it. I'm feeling the vibes all the time. And again, you know, it really is my steady wish for y'all's ultimate good. Obtain it. Take the world by the horns and wrestle that bitch down. Exercise your dominion over it. This is what we're here for.
What the fuck? Exercise? Who contextualizes anything in that way? That's the most aggressive hippie shit I've ever heard. That's disgusting. Ew. What?
We're here to spread love and goodness.
We're here to spread love by exercising dominion? What in the world?
And start lifting people up once again, man.
all right, you heard it from Tinfoil Guru. Chat, let's get some love for him on his way out, man. Tinfoil, enjoy the rest of the night, man. And,
I certainly will.
good.
Love you guys.
All right, take care, man. See you. All right, let's go ahead and take it over to MW. He's been waiting a while, and then we'll take it to Anastera and then Sun Devil. MW, what do you have for us, man? Let's hear it.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Gnome Pickle says, we're here to spread love, and I say I love you with my belt. Ugh.
Go ahead, man.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been on the show since March.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm still holding. Haven't really bought
No, you're not. The stock doesn't exist.
much more since the bankruptcy went over to the. It wouldn't allow me to through my broker.
Mhm.
So what I'm understanding is pretty much everyone here got the same email that the brokers are going to start liquidating on the 17th.
Of October, yes. Unless,
Yeah.
again, something changes, yeah.
Okay. And then what I've had is I've been watching this I've been watching every step of the way. It's just crazy to see the development since I've rewatched the Ryan Cohen GMEDD today, the interview today, and he was just saying how there's different news avenues. It's kind of crazy just to see that we were talking.
Starting to remind you of this. Oh, geez, what is it?
Dad? Yeah? There's something I want to tell you. What is it, son? Well, Dad, you're my dad. And I love you, man. You're not getting my Bud Light, Johnny. For the great taste that won't fill you up and...
Jesus Christ. Isn't it disturbing that it's such a common trope for so much of the 20th century, especially the late 20th century? Our media is saturated with stories of men whose fathers apparently never expressed that they loved each other, to the point where it is a common trope that, like, I need to express love to my cold father who has never told me he loved me in his life. Not indicative of a healthy society, methinks. Corona QWQ, thanks for 2 months, says, so I show up my PP so I show my PP now or later, or not that type of PP show. You know, not that type of PP show.
About you guys were talking about Pulte, and then he's just there. It's like manifest destiny.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
how it feels. Yeah, I agree with you.
And then with you guys talking about Mark Cuban, I've been pretty much learning as much as I
You haven't talked to your father in years? Me too! I'm just saying it's not indicative of healthy familial relationships between fathers and sons.
can about investing since being in this play. Besides watching you guys, just watching like Tom
This guy sounds depressed.
W and just looking into like Shark Tank and stuff, and just Lori Grainer. She is a Shark Tank investor. She's also Mark Cuban is on there. She was talking about getting somebody's product. I can't specify which episode or product right now, but yeah, she was talking about Bed Bath and Beyond just by name, and it's just a legacy company. I've never seen so many movie references in general, and it's just nuts. And I think Marantz's DD is it's right, but that's what we're fighting against, is this private equity, and that is the reason that GameStop did what it did in 2021, because he did it successfully.
Right.
And we're here because this is not okay for corporate America. All this inflation.
Ryan Cohen has not made GameStop profitable. He has done nothing. He has done nothing positive for GameStop.
It's drowning us, man.
Or I should say, regardless of any of the things he's done, he has not made it profitable. Let's put it there.
If they go for another print after this government shutdown, like, I don't know, just you guys read the Bitcoin Standard, and I hope everything gets well for us.
Cool. You heard it from MW, man. We appreciate having you on the show. I know you said it's been a while since March that we had you on, but again, we love having you on the show, and I'm glad you
thanks
took
for
the
having
time
me.
to come share that. Cool.
Appreciate you guys.
All right. Take care, MW. See you. Anastera, what do you have for us, man?
Oh, I don't know. Rad Dad's dressed like that for funny. He thinks it's funny, I'm guessing.
I'm still constantly surprised that you guys seem to be very surprised about the scope and scale of this at this point. I figured most people is like, oh yeah, that's obviously what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been here since 2021, and all these things that
Oh boy, 2021, the same year as the GameStop thing. Shocking.
we're now seeing actually come to light. I mean, these were all theorized like years ago in the original GME-DD. And it was just a matter of, okay, well, how is he going to do it? How's it going to come about? And sure enough, this is it. I mean, I believe, if you recall, the very first thing I really said to the community
Doing
here
bubbles
was
now.
that the deal is done. This is already done. They've already got it wrapped up. And that was like I think it was like a month or a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And, I mean, does anyone still question that at this point?
I'm just ready, to finally figure out, what happens. And again, this butterfly stuff has me
We know what has happened. We know. You've read it on stream.
absolutely jacked, because I remember staring at the fucking butterfly stuff, the Titanic shit, the fucking butterfly clip in her hair, the fucking the butterfly thing from February on their Twitter. I would stare at it for hours, man. I would sit there and say, what does it all fucking mean? What is Ryan
Yeah, I did the
Cohen
same,
trying to tell us? You know, and then you get at some point where you start to contradict yourself, and you're just kind of like, well, what if Ryan kind of, you know, meant in a sense that it was like, well, the Titanic, it sank and all that, but it's like, that can't be right. You know, that doesn't make sense, because then it makes no sense. Ryan Cohen buys all the stocks at 407 when the stock was that. So it can't be that. Again, when you look at the facts with 6th Street and his trademarks and selling, it doesn't make sense. And the only thing that makes sense is, well, the crown jewel, which is baby, right? Is possibly what gets saved in that.
They already sold baby. They sold the merchandise. They sold the name. They don't own it.
In the Titanic, right? And again, I don't know. You know, I have a feeling that he's coming for Bye Bye Baby, and
it's
gone. You know,
gone.
despite his lawsuit and this and that, I think that this guy is going to do what he said.
Butterflies never came up before this, and now they're trying so hard to retcon so many things. Oh, they always do this. This is every conspiracy group.
Does, and I think he is going to put his money where his mouth is if he hasn't already via 6th Street. And I think that you know, if this comes out that, look, he sold 120 million, he didn't pump and dump anything. 3 days later, he puts it back into 6th Street.
There's
you
no
know,
evidence
I guess
you guys
he is involved,
right?
It's
somewhere
not,
over the rainbow. That's to all the ladies. That's
crack,
to all the
it's meth.
ladies that come on the PP show.
All
right?
All right, right on. Dad joke.
Everybody represented. Tonight I'm having some watermelon schnapps and vodka.
That says pee-pee on it.
Watermelon.
That's trademarked, man. All right. Dad
and
jokes we love.
I've got a whole roll of tickets here. A whole roll of tickets here, right? For the freaking, oh, look at this shit, you guys. The freaking rocket to the moon. Enjoy the journey. Look, oh shit, holy crap, there's a cow. There's a cow in the rocket going
All
to the
right,
moon.
you heard it from Rad Dad Jokes, man. Let's get some love for him in the chat, fellas, on his way out, Rad Dad. Yes, sir.
PP, when everything calms down, I'm going to have to get about 8 minutes. Me and my daughter are working on something. She's in film, so you're going to...
I call it the aristocrats. Logarth says, this guy pouring his heart out for the real class panic these people are feeling. Wait, real class panic these people are feeling. And then this guy, Rad Dad, Jokes guy, is dressed up like some kind of clown show. I mean, he might literally be a clown.
You're going to have to give us about 8 minutes.
All right.
When everything calms down and all that change is sitting in our bank accounts. And I love everything that you do.
Right on, I appreciate that.
Everybody has done is beyond measure. And I will forever be grateful to the cat lady, which brings us back to the animal and the children's and the kids, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's why we do this. And that's the most important thing.
All
and
right.
I love you guys, and I will see everybody later.
All right. You heard it from Rad Dad.
Rad Mom is here.
All right. Rad Mom's here. Perfect timing. We'll give you the... no.
Well, what I do is the HBCD.
And there it is, gentlemen.
Wow, fantastic. Round of applause for fucking Andy.
From there, what you do with your blessings and your financial returns based on this high-risk play, I hope you make
It's not high risk. There's no risk. It's over.
Change for the better, because ultimately we need change, and we need to see a lot better things going on.
Yeah, and I want to add one more thing on your way out too. Like I said, you guys got to go back and rewatch that interview, because Pulte said a lot of interesting stuff. And one of the things that stuck with me was when I was talking with him is the way he was looking at me when he said this. And he said, you know, don't let the money like corrupt you. And it's like, it made me, you know, thinking on it like over like a last.
He was probably talking about the $20,000 he solicited to you, PP.
Couple days. You know, that moment kind of stuck with me, because Pulte was kind of sizing me up, looking at me going, you know, this kid really knows, like, you know, how to do this properly and really, you know, get people together and have a good time and talk about stuff and, you know, learn, you know, financial literacy and things like that.
Oh, boy. Yeah, let's not have you teaching financial literacy, please.
Being said,
or any kind of literacy.
ABC, anything else you want to add on your way out? Love to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the last words for the night is, you know, RC had a plan, he had a vision, right? And I remember looking at the Wayback Machine when August 12th of 2021, I saw on his website for Teddy.com a mock version of a baby website where he had Lego products on there, baby products on there, Bed Bath and Beyond products on there. And we're now almost 2.5 years later. And that just shows that if you have a vision and a plan, and that's really what I encourage each and every one to think about this weekend, because if you are blessed, it's still zero or hero. We haven't got the new equity yet. So
there's
again,
no
as
new
an
equity.
Individual investor, there's still a lot of risk here. I mean, it's not done until it's officially done. You got the new shares in your hand. But what I can encourage everybody to do is that if you are blessed to receive new equity and this does turn out favorably in your way, sit down and create a plan for yourself, a plan for your family, and really think about what you're going to do being blessed to be on the receiving end of like this. Because I'll tell you something, 80% of all lottery winners are bankrupt within literally 3 to 5 years after winning the lottery. And the same thing could come here where you're blessed with a large sum of money. And if you don't change your vices, change your attitude, and really have a plan in action, you'll be in the same situation literally years from now. How do you want to help? How do you want to pay it forward? And Pulte is a perfect example of giving is receiving. And
oh my fucking god, how do you still not understand this guy's fucking deal?
So I encourage
he's so transparent.
Everybody to really think about what they're going to do and how they're going to affect change later on with the money that they may be receiving on a play like this. Because to be blessed like this and just keep it for yourself and go out and buy your Lambos and buy your yachts and your fancy houses, you're not creating the change yet. We have people that are potentially like RC, Carl, Brett, and whoever else is involved. Now, I believe there's quite a few big players involved in here. They've literally put billions of dollars on the line to create change. And if you're blessed with some money, I think you have an accountability and a responsibility to do the same. And if everybody did just one little thing or a couple things or start up a new business, they can create change. And that's really what we want is, only the young, so that our future generations can live in a much better and much prosperous world out there.
Who do you vote for, ABC? Just curious. Which party do you vote for usually? You're so worried about the financial system and young people.
Beautifully said, man. Honestly, AB.
Gnome Pickle says, and that's why you've got to give to the Church of Holy Pulte and Cohen. For did Cohen descend to tell his children, hodl?
You see, you have a beautiful mind, man, a smart mind, and you really get it, man. And again, that's why you're, obviously one of the best co-hosts, man, that anyone can ask for. Again, you hit it right on the fucking head. ABC, love having you on the show. Hope you enjoy the weekend. Hope to see you Monday, and let's see what Monday brings, man. Butterfly Bobbies, right on. ABC, enjoy the rest of the night.
Cheers, my man.
See ya. There you have it, man. The fucking PP show, man. We got together. We talked some DD. We talked a little bit of shit. We had some fun. And, man, I think that there's something here. Again, none of it has ever quite literally made fucking sense at all.
It's all made sense the whole time. You're just stupid. Ah!
We had almost 2,000 people tuning in tonight. Even Roach was trying to get on. Person Shill was trying to get on as well. Again, we have people in their Discords, man. We see what they say about us all day long. They're not coming on the show. Again, if you don't have the respect outside of the show, a certain level of respect, then you're not coming on the show in general. And we see all what they do. You guys should have seen what they did to Theo Rich, man. Theo Rich called their asses out. He said, you guys are just jealous of PP. You'll never amount to anything, and that's why you're so jealous. Roach had enough of it. We have the screenshots of it, which we need to share on the show. Maybe we'll save them for Monday. We'll show some Roach someone and all this shit. These guys think they're so fucking sneaky, yet they talk shit, and we're not about to give them a platform to come on. Again, If you have no, self-respect outside of the show, why should we respect you here? So let's go ahead and read off some of our newest members to the show, and also some PP tips tonight, man. A lot of support tonight. Appreciate your guys' love. So we got new members: Alex Elling, Mike Alberto, Juan Gunot, Mrs. O'Nero's.
Let me see if he says anything after this.
The 5, Mike Hins with the 5, John with the 2, Johnny.
No. All right, so that's PP show. They are in denial. It's not surprising. It's not that surprising. It's sad. It's depressing. It's unfortunate. But it's not surprising. So, what are you going to do? Let's see who we're going to raid. That was a long stream today. Alright, thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. Oh, they gotta be almost done, right? You haven't done Thanks Internet in a while. Right? You guys like D&D, why not? Okay. Have a great night, everyone. I'm going to take tomorrow off because it's the first of the month, but then I will be back Monday, I believe, and we'll probably do Chud Watch. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for the awesome September. Get ready for the spooky month, because it's spooky. Love you too, Mr. Blast. Dan Olsen's video just needs to come out now, please. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.